Here's your 2-minute time check. Mark.
Hey!
2. Here comes your 1-minute time check for this Auburn broadcast. Mark. "30 seconds till broadcast." Mark.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the Auburn Sports Network, a division of Playfly Sports.
This late in the season, with 7 games left, there's a 1-2 game. It just tells you what kind of year Alabama's having and what kind of year Auburn's having.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
That will do it. Auburn wins inside Coleman Coliseum, and they do it in unbelievable fashion.
The Tigers come to Tuscaloosa and beat the Crimson Tide.
Alabama's not going to lose it here very often, and they're a team that is definitely going to be competing for this conference championship. And we talked about let's not have anybody else do our work for us. And our kids came in and they did their job.
Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition's paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. Right down.
Leads it into Chuma. He'll go for the 2. No, he'll kick it to McLemore, who drives in for the 2-handed jam, and Auburn leads by 4.
16 seconds, Quinterly 3. It was blocked by Carter.
Underneath Broom, behind the defense, up and in. And he's fouled in the play. Broom down the lane, double hand dunk. In the corner, Miles for the lead. Got it!
Bang, bang, big 3 by Miles Kelly.
Cheney.
Fade, turn, shoots. Got it!
Keep going to him. Got to feed the beast right there.
Step back 3, ball to Hodge. Yes! In the foul!
I've been here for years.
In the history of Auburn and Alabama, we've never seen this. Number 1 versus number 2. In Tuscaloosa, the top 2 teams in college basketball meet on the hardwood for the first time in SEC history. Good afternoon and War Eagle from Coleman Coliseum with Randall Dickey and Jacob Hillman. I'm Andy Bertram. Auburn responded to its first SEC loss Tuesday night. The Tigers came from behind in the second half to win at Vanderbilt by 12. Denver Jones led Auburn with 21 points on 4 of 5 shooting from 3. Chaney Johnson led the comeback with a perfect second half from the field. He scored at 20. Alabama won big in Texas for the 17th time since the start of last season. The Crimson Tide topped the 100-point barrier. They hit a season-high 17 threes. Mark Sears leads the Tide from the perimeter. Alabama is big, going 6-11 at the 3, 4, and 5. Today is about history. In a season when the SEC is the best basketball league in the country, the top 2 teams, not only in the SEC, but in the country, will do battle. Auburn and Alabama for first place in the league. The CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off starts now.
Exclusive pregame coverage of the Tigers begins now with the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off. Coming up, analysis, interviews, and a look around college basketball. CB&S Bank has been family, community, and financially strong since 1906. Visit cbsbank.com. Alongside Coach Randall Dickey, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Coleman Coliseum's capacity is 14,474. I think there will be more on hand today as number 1 Auburn meets number 2 Alabama in Tuscaloosa, along with Coach Randall Dickey and Jacob Hillman. I'm Andy Burcham. Glad to be with you. Glad to be bringing you this historic battle here this afternoon as Auburn faces Alabama for the first of 2 times in the regular season. Heck, we could see these guys play 4 times this season, including the SEC tournament and the NCAA tournament. Randall, this is my first number 1 versus number 2 in men's basketball. Have you ever experienced a number 1 versus number 2 in your long career?
I have not. It's unbelievable how this matchup has created. It just kind of seems like the cream is rising to the top. This is a first for both universities throughout the season. We start in Maui, play, a prolific, one of the great guards at Iowa State. We go to Duke, and we play certainly and arguably in the running for the Player of the Year and Connor Flagg at the Blue Devils. Today, it's going to feature 2 of the great guards. Mark Sears from Alabama, certainly Janai Broome from Auburn. It is going to be outstanding day.
This is an Alabama team that was picked first in the preseason of the Southeastern Conference. Mark Sears was the preseason player of the year in the Southeastern Conference. But it is Auburn that comes here, tied with Alabama for first place in the league at 10-1. A week ago, Auburn suffered its first loss. It was at home against Florida in SEC play. Alabama's only loss in SEC play was here at Coleman Coliseum against Ole Miss. Both of these teams are unbeaten on the road in the Southeastern Conference and getting ready to do battle here today. We are going to dissect this throughout a rather long pregame show here today, as we're probably not going to be starting here till about 3:15 Central Time. But in a game that is as big as this one, I want to go back to Tuesday night's ball game for Auburn because I thought Auburn responded well to that first loss last Saturday, scoring the first 15 points at Vanderbilt. Vandy came back to its credit, actually took a 3-point lead with just under 17 minutes to go in the second half, and then we saw Chaney Johnson just absolutely take the game over for your Auburn Tigers.
Well, it was really fun to see, and one of the big pluses that Auburn Tigers have throughout the entire year is they've been able to adjust their game. They can play a grinded out, half-court, possession-oriented style of play, or they can get up and down the floor. I'm not sure Alabama has that versatility, but they are prolific in the fast break game. They run, they shoot threes. Their philosophy is based on 2 things: 3-point shots and in getting to the rim. They do not believe in mid-range jump shots, but they believe in high-volume threes and at the basket. Doing those 2 things, number 1, it creates, when you drive to the basket that many times to try to get that close, creates fouls, creates opportunities at the free throw line, something Auburn is going to have to make sure that they're aware of today and try to stay away from the negatives on that.
Alabama will not only shoot the 3, but they really extend a defense because they will shoot the deep 3. And you've got to get out and guard these guys, even on those deep 3s. Sometimes 10 feet behind the 3-point line, Randall.
Well, they believe in the analytics of shooting the ball with a high volume behind the 3-point shot. Also, the thing that it's going to be interesting to watch today, and I think that our fans will really enjoy listening to, is when you shoot the ball that many times from the perimeter and the court is spread so wide, it opens up alleys for offensive rebounding, which Alabama's number 1 in offensive rebounding in the SEC, and that is the reason why they shoot so many perimeter shots. It opens up alleys to go get the offensive rebound.
A year ago, even in the loss here to Alabama and Auburn's win at home against Alabama, Janai Broome really dominated play on the inside. Auburn feels it can do exactly that and extend it with Dylan Cardwell and Chaney Johnson here today.
I don't think there's any doubt. The two twin peaks that Auburn has with Cardwell and Broome has got to be a factor today. Certainly defense on the perimeter has got to be a factor today. But somebody, somewhere along the line, is going to make a play or two or three down the line. I think the margin of error is very small on either team, so one or two plays could decide the game.
Today's atmosphere is going to be tremendous. Game day has been here. I mean, this place is charged up for the number 1 versus number 2 matchup here today. But Auburn has played at Duke. It has played Houston in Houston. It has played Purdue. It has played Ohio State. It has played North Carolina. It has played Memphis. It has played Ohio State so far this season. This isn't the first big game that this Auburn Tiger team has played in, and first big atmosphere that it has played in on the road this season.
Well, against the arch rival opponent also just puts a big cherry on the top as well. I think the electricity is going to start when the game. I thought it would be a little bit louder in here in the pregame. You know, it's not necessarily a wine and cheese crowd, but it's a pretty subdued group, because I think everybody's just kind of waiting to see what the players, and I think this crowd feeds off what takes place on the court. But having game day here, the festivities have been wonderful surrounding. It is certainly good for the SEC, but it's great for both universities and their basketball programs. But you got to give some credit to these two coaches. This game paves the way for the next generation of Alabamians in basketball. What Coach Pearl has done at Auburn and what Coach Oates has done at Alabama, both have elevated the game of basketball, not only in our great state, but in the SEC and across this from coast to coast nationally. The player recruitment, player development, players playing beyond college inflates the interest of these two universities. That's really important. The recruiting base will always be this state for both universities, but it certainly has a broad range of possibilities coast to coast and internationally.
You're saying it's not a Cabernet and a Camembert crowd here today, right?
Well, I just think that I know this. We are so spoiled because of the great atmosphere, the pregame atmosphere, and the in-game atmosphere at Neville Arena. Nothing takes the place of this. They don't wait at Neville for the game to start to cheer loud and show their support for their team, and that's a big plus for the Tiger fans.
This is not just the only big game across SEC basketball. It's the biggest, but not the only one here today. On a very important day in Southeastern Conference basketball, we head down to the table and we bring in the third member of our crew. Here is Jacob Hillman.
Thank you very much, Andy, and that's right. While the top of the league will do battle here at Coleman Coliseum, the rest of the conference is vying for positioning in the jam-packed standings with less than a month to go in the regular season. We cover today's action in this SEC Report.
From the home of the SEC Tournament champions to the expanded boundaries of the toughest conference in college basketball, this is the Toyota SEC Report. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
Before we dive into some of the scores that have already come in today in the conference, the NCAA Selection Committee released its top 16 seeds as it stands today. As you would expect, Auburn is the number 1 overall seed if the season were to end today in the NCAA tournament. Alabama, the number 2 overall seed. And elsewhere in the SEC, Florida comes in as the 4th number 1 seed. Tennessee is the top overall number 2 seed, so 5th overall. And then Texas A&M is number 6, according to the committee. And then Kentucky comes in at number 10 overall. Auburn would be in the South region, which goes through Atlanta, Georgia. The SEC standings, as I mentioned, is jam-packed after you get past the top 2 of Auburn and Alabama. Florida, Texas A&M, Ole Miss all have 8 wins apiece. Ole Miss has played an extra game due to the open date, and they are 8-4 and sitting at 5th place behind Florida and Texas A&M. Missouri's at 7-4 and is in action right now against Georgia. Tennessee got a big win today to move to 8-5 and kind of log-jamming the standings even more. Kentucky's at 6-5 coming into today. Mississippi State's 5-6. Vanderbilt's 5-6. Arkansas 4-7. Georgia's 4-8. Texas is 4-8. Oklahoma's 3-8, LSU is 1-10, and South Carolina 0-11. So some teams looking to climb the standings here as the regular season comes to a close. But some finals so far today. Number 8, Texas A&M hosted Arkansas and won 69-61. The Razorbacks started the game on an 8-0 run, and Carter Knox scored 17 points and had 5 rebounds, but it wasn't enough to overcome Wade Taylor, the Force, 18 points, 9 assists, and 3 steal performance as the 8th-ranked Aggies win by 8. Number 5, Tennessee overcame a 13-point halftime deficit at home against Vanderbilt to win 81-76. Zakai Ziegler had 22 points and 8 assists. Vanderbilt got some help from Jason Edwards and Jalen Coley, who combined for 42 points and 7 rebounds, but it wasn't enough as the Commodores fall to 5-7 in the SEC, and Tennessee moves up to 8-5. In action right now, Missouri is hosting Georgia and leads 10-9 as Tamar Bates has 6 points so far to lead the Tigers. Later on today at 5 Central, number 19 Ole Miss will host number 22 Mississippi State. In the first meeting this season between the Bulldogs and the Rebels, Mississippi State won 84-81 in overtime. The Rebels are looking for their second straight 21 season for the first time since 2015-16 and 2016-17. So Chris Beard looking to set the tone in his tenure in Oxford. LSU will visit Oklahoma for the first time in 20 years. They last visited Norman in the 2004 NIT tournament. That game will take place at 5 Central as the Tigers look for their second SEC win. Oklahoma's right there on the bubble. They're 3-8 in the SEC and looking to climb out of that hole and work for positioning in the bubble. They're playing an unranked opponent for the first time since January 25th, by the way, so that will be a nice touch for the Sooners. Texas hosts Kentucky for the first time ever tonight at 7 Central. Trey Johnson is looking to become just the 6th freshman ever to lead the SEC in scoring. He's at 19.3 points per game. The 2 players chasing him are playing right here at Coleman Coliseum today. Janai Broome and Mark Sears are 2nd and 3rd on that list. Number 15, Kentucky completed the season sweep of Tennessee on Tuesday. They will be without Jackson Robinson and Lamont Butler today, and we're without him as well on Tuesday, so they're trying to get in the flow without those 2 impact stars. Number 3, Florida hosts South Carolina at 7:30 Central. It's the highest AP ranking in 10 years for the Gators, and they will get back 7'1" junior center Micah Handlockton. He broke his leg against Auburn in the SEC tournament final last March in 2024. He's foregoing a medical red shirt, but with Alex Condon dealing with an injury, the Gators and Handlockton felt it was necessary for him to come back for this final stretch of the season to improve the Gators' positioning in the SEC and the NCAA tournament. Also around the country, a wild one as Purdue, number 7 in the country, hosted number 16 Wisconsin, and the Badgers won 94-84. John Tonje had 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists to lead the Badgers, as that is a team that is hot in the Big Ten. We will go through all of the top 25 scores as well as the rest of the SEC scores throughout today's action. And what's on the menu is presented by Whataburger. Give your taste buds that winning feeling with boneless Whata wings from Whataburger. Crispy, tender bites of chicken. Toss in your choice of buffalo, sweet and spicy sauce, honey butter, honey barbecue, or plain. Or better yet, you could try them all at Whataburger. What's on the menu today? A 60-second scout of Alabama with Corey Williams, Andy Burcham's exclusive sit-down with Bruce Pearl, Coach Randall Dickey's keys to the game, your starting lineups, and eventually tip-off for this top 2 showdown. All coming up when the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off continues in a moment.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Thinking of advancing your career with a master's degree in business? If so, consider the graduate degree choices at Auburn University's Harbert College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best, we offer full-time and online programs in finance, supply chain management, information systems, accounting, and business administration. Learn more at harbert.auburn.edu.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
Jacob Hillman here with you courtside at Coleman Coliseum as we get set for number 1 Auburn and number 2 Alabama. The Crimson Tide are coached by Nate Oates, who was in his 6th year in Tuscaloosa and led Alabama to its first Final Four last season, where it fell to UConn. The Crimson Tide's offense is the story as they lead the SEC in scoring 90.5 points per game. The three-point shot is where they find their success, making more than 10 per game and attempting almost 29.8 per contest, which is good for 12th nationally. Senior guard Mark Sears leads the way for Alabama in scoring and assists, averaging 17.8 points, as well as 4.9 assists per game. Where the Crimson Tide do struggle is in the turnover department, as they are last in the SEC in turnover margin, with opponents forcing 3 more turnovers than they do per game. Nate Oates was asked about this in his Friday press conference and simply stated that Sears and senior forward Grant Nelson need to stop turning the ball over. Both Sears and Nelson rank in the bottom 15 of the SEC individually in total turnovers. Auburn ranks 5th in the SEC in turnover margin with a plus 2.88 margin. In its most recent game at Texas on Tuesday, Alabama was led by sophomore forward Jaron Stevenson, who scored a career-high 22 points. The Crimson Tide also knocked down an SEC season-best 17 three-pointers in Austin. Corey Williams gives us his 60-second scout of the Crimson Tide.
We have to be magnificent at 4 different things. Transition defense, going to the three-point line. I got him with Sears, making sure Sears do not go to his left hand. Make sure we send him right. And then we have to be physical and block out. And then, offensively, we have to take advantage of their defense. But they have a wonderful team, and they make their living off a three-point basket or layups. No in between. So we got to do a good job at that three-point line. That's the ball game.
Is it simply effort closing out, or is there technique involved in getting out and defending their three-point shooting?
Well, you got to have a sense of urgency. Everybody got to have a sense of urgency, understanding that that's what they make. They make their living off three-point shots. They made 17 the other night against Texas, after averaging almost a little bit over 10 three-point shots a game. You got to eliminate half of that. You got to do a good job in that aspect. Then you got to stop Nelson on the short roll. He loves the short roll. We got to be able to switch that and get in the passing lane, get some deflections, be active with our hands, and make sure everything is tough. The last thing is when those guards penetrate, we can't be sucked in, lured in, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get those three-point basket, those shooter shots out on the perimeter. So we got to do a good job of saying, I got him. And everybody needs to fan out and make sure we protect the three-point line.
When it comes to three-point defense, Auburn ranks in the middle of the SEC in opponent three-point field goal percentage, right at 30%. But the Tigers have been successful running teams off the three-point line, allowing the fewest made three-point shots in the conference to this point. The 60-second scout is presented by the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business, home to 7 top 25 programs in the U.S. News & World Report rankings. Harbert, inspiring business. Another storyline to follow is former Auburn guard Aiden Holloway, who will likely come off the bench for Alabama in a 6-man role. This season, Holloway averages 11.8 points, 2.2 rebounds, and 2.0 assists per game, and is coming off an 18-point and 6-rebound performance at Texas. Holloway has scored 10 or more points in 16 games coming off the bench, which is good for first in the SEC. During Auburn's media availability on Thursday, Coach Bruce Pearl recalled Holloway being a very popular player on the team last year and having great friends, while senior guard Denver Jones echoed that sentiment, calling him a brother and that he will always be a brother. Here's Coach Pearl on the impact of the familiarity Holloway has with Auburn.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's great motivation on both sides, and Aiden has an understanding of how we guard, and how we'll try to guard him, and I'm sure there's no question that he's going to want to beat Auburn, and obviously there'll be an edge. But like I said, I'm happy that he's playing well and he's in a great spot.
The pregame medical report is presented by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders are proud to provide first aid care at Neville Arena and every Auburn Athletics home event. Chad Baker-Mazar is a game-time decision according to the SEC official availability report, and that's the same for Darion Reed for Alabama. So those are the two unknowns, but they are game-time decisions, and we will see what happens when they take the floor. Auburn and Alabama both on the floor, taking place in pregame warm-ups. We're about 14 and a half minutes away from the national anthem, and then a few more minutes from tip-off between these two top-ranked teams in the nation at Coleman Coliseum. As we get set for Andy Burcham's exclusive sit-down with head coach Bruce Pearl ahead of Auburn and Alabama from Coleman Coliseum. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the Orthopedic Clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the Orthopedic Clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Southeastern Industrial Contractors offers the path to a productive and successful career for hard workers of all ages, especially young people looking to jump straight into the workforce. Southeastern Industrial Contractors is now hiring for great-paying skilled trade positions. Managing partner Derek Harville is a proud Auburn University graduate with deep roots in the community. Give him a call at 334-209-6355 to learn more. Southeastern Industrial Contractors, 334-209-6355.
Four Seasons Federal Credit Union, homegrown and member-owned.
For 60 years, Four Seasons Federal Credit Union has been your trusted partner in financial services. With our awesome products and services, competitive rates, and lower fees, we've helped countless members achieve their financial goals. Join us so we can help you. Accounts federally insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Some restrictions apply. Ask for more details.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse. Famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shigjordan Parkway and Wire Road.
Ford presents our exclusive pre-game visit with head coach Bruce Pearl.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Auburn Tigers. Here's Andy Burcham with Coach Pearl.
Number 1 versus number 2, first time in SEC history.
Andy, what we're trying to do is set it up for the guys in this way. It's going to be really hard to be number 1 at the end of the year. That's going to be really, really hard. How hard is it going to be to have 40 minutes of greatness and win a basketball game and make history? Beating Alabama here today will be easier than winning a national championship. And so I'm just trying to make it for the guys to look at and say, hey, this is possible. Now we're going to have to play brilliantly. We're going to have to do, all the things that we want to try to do executing on the offensive end. We're going to have to get back in transition and take away their 3 balls, handle, obviously, the moment. But just the fact that, this game used to matter in the state of Alabama. Now it matters across the country.
Auburn's a better team than it was a year ago. Alabama's a better team than it was a year ago. Where has Alabama improved from a season ago?
Their front line is deeper and bigger. Obviously, young blood Sears and Holloway are shooting lights out, and so those three guards are probably shooting it as well as Alabama shot it last year. They're just probably a lot more engaged defensively, and we have an advantage on the inside, but we don't have as big an advantage as we did a year ago.
Auburn took advantage of that on the inside. What is the key to taking advantage on the inside today?
Well, we got Jedi Broom in there, and Chaney Johnson in there, and Dylan Cardwell in there, and that's where our bread is buttered. So, and they play one-on-one in the post, so we got to throw it down in there. Those guys got to score, I think that we can score in transition. They will let you score some in transition because they want to play fast. They're not always great getting back. We don't mind playing fast, but I don't want it to be a track meet because the best way for them to beat us if it's just crazy up and down. We can beat them going up and down, but if we don't have the break, we have got to make them cover our half-court offense.
Talk a lot about closing out on the three-point shooters. They will extend it even further. They're a deep three-point shooting team. What's the key there?
Making them dribble. You just got to make them. You got to make them activate their dribble. It doesn't matter if they're 3-4 feet off the three-point line. You got to make them activate their dribble. You got to play the strong hands, and then you just got to really compete in your one-on-one closeouts.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. We know that here today. Does it help that you have played the Purdues and Iowa States and North Carolinas and Houstons and Dukes of the world getting to this game today?
I mean, we've already played 5 or 6 Final Four teams, right? And at least, and Alabama, might be the best of the teams that we played. So absolutely, that experience definitely helps. It's going to be a game of runs, and we just can't allow their Coleman Coliseum home crowd to elevate the level of their play in such a way where it distracts us. We've got to get back in transition offensively. We cannot have guys laying on the floor, trying to get a foul that they're not going to call, because if it's 5-on-4 down the other end, it's an automatic bucket. So that's going to be really important that we take care of the ball, don't turn it over, don't have bodies on the floor, make them score against our drop-back defense.
You look at this one today, and it's historic, and there's so much to it. But it's also the first of 2 times that you play this ball club this year. Are we making too much of this one here today?
No, you can't. It's historic. I mean, it's never happened in the SEC. There have hardly been any 1 versus 2 matchups in college basketball history. Where this has great implications is perhaps the overall number 1 seed, perhaps a regular season conference championship. So there's a lot at stake.
How much have you thought about the last time you coached in a 1 versus 2 game?
I thought about it a little bit. I mean, it was 17 years ago. It does not seem like yesterday. I thought we could go to Memphis, and I thought we could beat them. That was a Memphis team that got to the championship game. They only lost 2 games that year, 1 to Tennessee on the 1 versus 2 matchup, and in overtime against Kansas when they had a big lead. That team actually should have won the national championship. And so, yeah, I do. And again, what a big fan I am of trying to make history. We got a chance to this afternoon.
Did you like the way your ball club responded at Vanderbilt Tuesday night?
Oh, yeah. I mean, to jump out 15-0, to then get behind and recognize that we kind of slopped through some things offensively, didn't guard. It was an issue. We got to get Jedi Broom back healthy, okay? Chad Baker-Mazara is all banged up. And those are 2 of our top 3 or 4 players, and they're not at 100%. They both, for us to win today, they both got to get healthy in a hurry.
Does Chad get the start today?
I don't know yet. As we're sitting here a few hours before game time, I don't know yet. Depending upon warm-ups, I anticipate that he'll play.
Wish you all the best today. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
This is Coach Bruce Pearl on the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. I tell my team that if we play smart, out-hustle the competition, and work hard each and every day, we can be winners. And you know what? That's how Ford F-150 does it too. Offering an outstanding combination of smart tech, power, and capability, F-150 is the key to help me win the day. Hey, why don't you see how the official truck of the Auburn Tigers can help you? Go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out Forte, Soul, and don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn Athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. Whoa, Regal.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
Jacob Hillman here with you courtside at Coleman Coliseum as we bring in Coach Randall Dickey for his keys to the game. Coach, doesn't get much bigger than this, if at all. 1 versus 2. What are your keys to an Auburn victory today?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. You got Coach Oates has won 72 SEC games in 138 attempts. Coach Pearl has won 67 in 136 attempts. Two programs very similar. Number one is transition defense for the Auburn Tigers. They must get back. They got to be able to find their man quickly. Alabama tries to score within 10 seconds of the change of possession. Secondly, defensive rebounding. The Tide lead the SEC in rebounding offense. This gives second chance opportunities. They pitch it out for threes. Helps them be the leader in scoring in the SEC. The third one is make more or at least match the 3 points shooting of Alabama, whether it is behind the arc or whether it is the conventional 3-point plays after fouls and at the free throw line. I think Auburn must do that. If the Tigers do those things, I think they find success.
We've talked at length about the 3-point shooting and how efficient Alabama is at that and prolific they are. Is it more about running them off the 3-point line or doing your best at preventing any makes from them?
I think the biggest thing is in between the two top of the keys, Jacob. When the shot is, whether you make the basket or the shot is missed in transition defense, you've got to get to midcourt as quickly as you can, turn around and find your man, and then start building your defense out, finding your guy to keep him, because Alabama's going to do two things. They're going to race down the floor real quickly for a quick three, or they're going to drive it hard all the way to the basket. So you have to be prepared to defend, and you really got to flatten that ball out, get them on the sideline where that you have an extra defender to help you.
We see Auburn take the floor now for their final few minutes of pregame warm-ups. Coach Pearl talked about it in his conversation with Andy Burcham, the health of Janai Broome and Chad Baker-Mazara. This is going to be a physical game. Alabama's front line is tall and long. How does Auburn get to work on the front line where they've been so successful this year?
Well, there's one thing that we've got to do that we haven't done the last 2 weeks. We've got to finish even or above the rim. We cannot play below the rim today because of the size of Alabama. They're big, they're long, and they're going to be above the rim. So the Tigers have got to elevate. They've got to take the ball strong to the basket and go finish above the rim, get to the free throw line, make it a little bit more of a possession-oriented game. I'm anxious to see how the change in momentum, how the change in the conditioning of whether we continue to play fast and it be both teams score 100-plus points, or whether it's a kind of we get through a few minutes and then grind it out and see who's successful adjusting their game to those two.
Now let's talk a minute for the atmosphere here at Coleman Coliseum and the importance of this game. You got to get settled into this game quickly. What's the key for Auburn to do that and not let it get too much for you? You got to be settled in.
Hey, when you go out there to the jump circle and the ball goes up, you better be ready to move and move quickly, whether it's forward or in reverse or laterally. You cannot wait for 3 or 4 minutes or at the end of the first media timeout unless it's a grind it, miss it, 6-5 game at the first media timeout. Then it could be a slow possession-oriented start. I got a feeling it's going to be a little higher octane than that.
And finally, I would talk about Auburn's three-point shooting. What's the key for them to play against Alabama in such a fast game?
Oh, I'm anxious. You got to find Denver Jones. You got to get Miles Kelly involved. You got to be able to speed down because the Auburn won't take a back seat to running. They're going to play fastest too. As soon as they get the opportunity, that's a positive. I don't think that we've touched on very much. Alabama doesn't defensive transition as quickly. They want the ball. The floor is tilted in their game, and it all runs toward the offensive end. So Auburn might have some open opportunities from the three.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. We look forward to your call with voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Coach Randall Dickey's keys to the game are presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. And that is quite fitting as we get set for the top-ranked Tigers and second-ranked Crimson Tide. For the first time, number one versus number two, a matchup in the SEC basketball history. Need I say more? Lineups and tip-off are next after these words from your local station. This is the Auburn Sports Network. War Eagle Auburn family, it's time to join Aubie's Kids Club for this upcoming school year. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club memberships are on sale now. Presented by Chappie's Deli, Aubie's Kids Club offers 2 membership options that give you a t-shirt, a lunchbox, a men's basketball SEC Champions mini pennant, and more. You can also check in at different Auburn athletics events to receive points and earn prizes, only available through Aubie's Kids Club. So what are you waiting for? With memberships on sale now, head to Aubie'sKidsClub.com to join the coolest club on the plains.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Whataburger knows that watch party planning comes with its own set of challenges. Finding enough chairs for the extra friends your friends brought. Managing Chet's ref rage in the third quarter. Staying calm when they won't just run the ball. And then you have to feed everyone. What are you going to do? That's easy. The What Wings Party Pack. 72 boneless tender bites, a family fry box, and all the sauces you'll need. And seriously, just run the ball. The What Wings Party Pack. Get yours today at Whataburger.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
We're counting down to the opening tip. Time to introduce the starting five.
Left wing, 3-ball, Denver, short. He runs down his own rebound. Drives to the hole, up and under, and in. At the top, Denver 3. Yes, Denver a 3. Good for Auburn!
Great movement. When Auburn is at their best, they take the ball from one side of the floor to the other, and they did, and found Denver Jones wide open for a three-point shot.
Denver Jones, Newmarket, Alabama, Memphis Day Academy.
Ahead, Miles Kelly. Kelly waits for numbers, just drives to the hole, up and in.
Nice play, coast to coast.
Low post pass for Miles. Turnaround jumper, good. Miles Kelly, three, bang.
Oh boy, that looked good going through from a deep corner. The ball just barely did wrinkle the net.
Out to the top. Miles Kelly to tie it. Bang!
Miles Kelly, Stone Mountain, Georgia, Parkview High School, Hargrave Military Academy.
Low post pass, Chris Moore. One dribble, reverse layup, good. Up with the left hand, he didn't get it. Tap up and in by Chris Moore.
That's what Chris Moore does, the little thing.
Moore at the top. Chris down the lane, up with the right hand. It's good. Well, he opened the game with a bucket. He opens the second half with a bucket.
Chris Moore, West Memphis, Arkansas, Academies of West Memphis.
Fadeaway, Janai, 13-footer, didn't get it. Rebound, Cardwell in traffic. Out to the top, Janai. 4-3, good!
Unbelievable.
12 to shoot. Broom down the lane to the hole, dumps it with 2 hands. Janai had fake a 3, drives up with 3, bang! Tap up by Broom, it's good!
Janai Broom, Plant City, Florida, Tampa Catholic High School.
Dylan Cardwell down the lane with a running one-hander. Good! Lobs it. Cardwell to the hole. One hand right hand. Emma, a career day for DC. Lobs it. Cardwell dunks it. Oh, an alley-oop. Dear goodness.
Unbelievable high-low action between Broom and Cardwell, and Dylan knows what to do with it point blank.
Dylan Cardwell, Augusta, Georgia, McEachern High School.
The starting lineups have been presented by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Before we get to the Alabama starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification of the Auburn Sports Network. Auburn is 22-2 on the season, 10-1 in Southeastern Conference play. Ranked number 1 in the AP poll, 2 in the coaches poll, and number 1 in the NCAA net and KenPom rating. Bruce Pearl, his 11th season at Auburn, a school record 222 wins, 121 losses. 30th season as a head coach, a record of 684 and 266. Alabama 21-3 on the season, 10-1 in the SEC. Number 2 in the AP poll, 1 in the coaches poll, and ranked 6th in the NCAA net and KenPom rating. Nate Oates in his 6th season, a record of 138 and 57. In his 10th season overall, a record of 234 and 100. Mark Sears runs the point, a 6'1 grad student from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, 17.8 points, 3 rebounds, 4.9 assists. Chris Youngblood on one wing, 6'4 grad student from Tuscaloosa, East Coweta High School in Georgia, 9 points, 2.7 rebounds. Grant Nelson at the 3, a 6'11 grad student from Devils Lake, North Dakota, 12.7 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks. Jaron Stevenson at the 4, 6'11 sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 5.5 points, 3.6 rebounds. And Clifford Omori, a 6'11 grad student from Benin City, Nigeria, 7 points and 6 rebounds. The officials today, Pat Adams, Joe Lindsay, and Vladimir Boyard Tadal. Alabama has elected to wear its crimson tops and bottoms today with the white numerals and lettering. Auburn, as a result, in the white tops and bottoms today with the blue numerals and lettering and the orange trim. Chris Moore gets his 2nd consecutive start today. We will see Chad Baker-Mazzara come off the bench. We also expect to see Darian Reed, who was listed as a game-time decision, off the bench today for Alabama. It is a packed house of well over almost 14,500 here today. And after all the waiting, we finally get ready for number 1 versus number 2.
Oh, it's going to be exciting, Andy.
It will be Dylan Cardwell to jump it up against Clifford Omori. Vladimir Boyard Tadal into the center circle. And Miles Kelly, and I think that's Chris Youngblood over there fighting for position even before the ball goes up. Tap controlled by Auburn. Tigers go to the basket. 2 are right. We're underway in Coleman Coliseum. Denver Jones at the point. Alabama opens up in a man, a loose man. Left wing Moore. Low post now for Broom. Left wing Miles. 3-ball Miles. Good!
That should be the Auburn's game plan all day long. They started right off the bat. Throw it inside to Broom. If he gets covered, kick it out for a 3-point shot.
3-0 Auburn on top. 19:35 in the first. Mark Sears works at the point against the Auburn man. Against Denver Jones off the right side. He'll pop a 3. In and out. Rebound Miles Kelly for Auburn. Auburn wants him to go right all day long.
That's for sure, because he's strong left-handed and he's a hard driver.
Miles, another 3. Hit it off the side of the iron. The rebound comes to Stevenson for Alabama. He brings the ball up the floor. Left wing Nelson. He'll pop a 3. In and out. Rebound pulled in by Janai Broom. They're 0-2 from 3. Left wing Miles. Quickly up the floor for Auburn. Janai at the top. He'll pop a 3. Good!
Auburn did right off the bat. They just still got a defensive transition. They're slowing Alabama down. 1 out of their first 3 possessions. Really good defense.
6-0 Auburn. Whistle foul away from the ball. Miles Kelly trying to fight through a screen of Chris Youngblood. Miles picks up the first foul of the ball game.
I don't think there's any doubt that not only the players are fired up and intense right now, the officials seem to be as well.
Alabama ball, 20 to shoot down the right sideline near the Auburn bench. Inbound to Sears. Right wing goes left side of the circle, into the corner. They hand back to Sears. In the corner, it's a 2, it's short. Rebound to Cardwell. Had it, and he was fouled.
Really good pursuit by Dylan Cardwell. He has been doing that all year, but he really exploded off the floor to retrieve that rebound and got fouled in the process.
Mark Sears was the one called for the infraction.
That's not a bad thing either.
Excuse me, it was Youngblood. It was not Sears, it was Youngblood. Auburn leading 6-0 with the ball. Broom, left wing, outside the arc. Now to Cardwell around the perimeter, right wing Chris Moore. He's wide open for a 3. In and out. Rebound Cardwell mid-lane. Back out to the perimeter. At the top, it's Broom. At fake it 3. Step back 3. Janai. Good!
Back-to-back, 2 possessions. Janai Broom is here to play today, but Dylan Cardwell is a Windex guy, cleaning the glass.
3 for 5 from 3, and Auburn leads it 9-0. Amori at the top of the circle for Alabama. One dribble, picked it up. Ball knocked out of his hand, and Cardwell caught for the foul. Got to watch that one today. That's going to get called all day long.
Just got a little bit over-aggressive, reached in there. He kind of exposed the ball to him and kind of lured him into reaching.
That'll bring Chaney Johnson into the lineup, fresh from that 20-point performance at Vanderbilt. On Tuesday night, he replaces Cardwell in the Auburn lineup. Tigers lead 9-0, 18:02 in the first half. Down the left sideline, Stevenson. All 6'11" of him, and he wants to shoot the 3 at 6'11".
We're going to call Chaney Johnson the hot spark plug off the bench today after his outing at Vanderbilt.
Stevenson off the inbound on the right wing, outside the arc to Sears, top of the circle. Down the lane, down the left side. Up and under, he missed it. Tap up by Nelson, missed it. Rebound Broom, had it, lost it. Nelson at the top, Stevenson. Stevenson to the wing. Sears a 3. Nope. Rebound Nelson. Back up, and he was fouled by Jones, and Auburn's got to take care of the glass. Here today, they did not do that on that set.
That's one of the categories that the Crimson Tide lead the SEC is rebounding offensively on the glass, creating second opportunities. It opened up a 3-point shot we just missed, but there was Nelson again on another offensive rebound.
67% from the stripe for Nelson this season. He gets the first free throw. Grad student transferred from North Dakota State. North Dakota's Mr. Basketball in 2020. 19 points, 15 rebounds, and their loss to UConn in the Final Four last year. And he knocks on both free throws.
Well, he's a big key and a big cog to their wheel, that's for sure.
9-2 Auburn. Jones out of the lineup for Auburn. Tahad Pettiford takes over at the point. Left wing, Broom. Inside the arc. One-on-one. Into the lane. Fadeaway. Janai. Yes! Off the glass and in for Janai.
Got that little step back, really nice touch, beautifully done. He is really playing well early in this game.
Sears beats everyone down the floor, scores, and gets fouled by Moore.
That's what they do so well. They're one of the best in the country, if not the best, is Mark Sears going coast to coast. When he gets you moving, he's going to the rack, and he can finish.
And he got to the left hand, didn't he?
Certainly, certainly.
Moore will come out with the foul. Chad Baker-Mazzara is in for Auburn. Alabama to its bench. Mohamed Diabate is in. Sophomore out of the Queens, New York.
And Coach Pearl's going to be a little quick on the hook on when you make defensive mistakes like that and you allow Sears to go left and finish, you're going to come out of the game.
Oh, he missed the free throw. Rebound to CBM for Auburn. Nearly going out of bounds, saves it. And here's Auburn the other way. 11-4, Auburn leads it. 17-10, first half of play. Left wing, Miles. Inside the arc, Broom, left side. Janai backs his man. Down to the lane, spins on Diabate. Into the lane, spins, baseline, shoots, misses. Rebound out of bounds off of Alabama. Auburn ball with 20 to shoot.
Well, Diabate is a mid-sized player, 6'5", but he plays big. He averages about 6 points, 5 rebounds a game for the Tide. I'm not for sure he's not a big key for their team in the success. So we've got to do a good job on Diabate.
11-4 Tigers, Auburn ball. Inbound at the top. Chaney Johnson for 3. Good!
Picks up where he left off in Nashville last week. Outstanding 3-point shot.
14-4 Auburn. Alabama quickly up the floor to the hole shot. No. Rebound dunk. No. They're going to disallow it. They're going to say that Nelson was in the cylinder when he rebounded in. They will look at that. That will be reviewed at the first timeout coming up.
Well, which would you rather have, a rebounding on a offensive rebounding foul, or would you rather have a goaltending? I think the Tide would take the goaltending.
It remains 14-4 right now, but again, they're going to review this. That could be a basket at the first timeout.
We're going to find out about 40 seconds after this media.
Broom in the corner. Cheney, another three ball, in and out. Rebound pulled in by Alabama. Diabate up the floor for the Crimson Tide. Left wing Stevenson drives, ball knocked out of his hand. It comes to Nelson. Nelson on the wing. Now to the corner, Stevenson works on Broom. Outside the arc. Top of the circle, Youngblood against Chad Baker. Drives, shoots, scores.
That's just way too easy. Give up a straight line drive by the Tigers. We've got to make some adjustments defensively on that.
Miles Kelly off the left wing. Tigers by 8. Miles penetrates to the free throw line, to the basket, goes up and loses it out of bounds. And that'll take us to our first time. Well, excuse me, we're 1 second shy of the first time out. There was contact, but no foul called there. Auburn on top, 14-6, Alabama ball, full length of the floor to go.
I mentioned this earlier. When you go to the basket off the bounce today, you've got to get rim level or above. You cannot be below the rim.
You better be committed.
And very certainly be committed with a strong conviction in your heart.
Stevenson across midcourt against Chad Baker-Mazzara. Lobs it down the right side. Diabate just inside the arc. Throws it left side to Sears. Penetrates near the baseline left side. Inside the arc. Drives in the lane. Got away with a walk. And the ball is kicked and we'll get a timeout. 15:42 to go in the first half. Auburn on top by a score of 14-6. First half today presented by Southern Union. Conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn. Southern Union offers classes that easily transfer to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road. Stay tuned. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota. Let's go places. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 3rd, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
People have been yelling at us online for years to bring back the Whataburger Monterey Melt, and we're finally doing it. The Monterey Melt is back with 2 slices of melty cheese, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch, all on 2 fresh beef patties. We didn't do it because of the comments, posts, replies, emails, or vaguely threatening letters. You can't tell us what to do. You're not in charge of us. Our boss is. She said to bring it back. The Monterey Melt is back at Whataburger. Available for a limited time. What a burger!
Alabama Power is proud to present this broadcast of Auburn basketball. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama.
All right, during the timeout, they reviewed the rebound. Well, it turned out to be a rebound goaltend on Grant Nelson. He was given the basket. So the score is Auburn 14, Alabama 8, 15:42 to go in the first half of play. A little odd, kind of a backward start to what we thought. Auburn shooting the 3 and making early on. Alabama doing a nice job of getting the ball into the lane early on.
That's for sure. Auburn's 4 for 7 from the 3. Out of their 10 shots, 7 of them mid-threes. Auburn's making baskets. That's a positive. Big battle is on the glass. Both teams at 6 right now total. So I think that's a good sign for Auburn as well. But the thing about it is I think Auburn's defense really looks good early. Their length, the quickness, the way they're moving. I really am optimistic about the Tigers going through this next segment because their defense have just been really on fire.
Janai Broom with his 8 points to lead Auburn early on moves into 12th place on Auburn's scoring list. Do you know who he passed to get there? Scotty Coleman.
Oh, my goodness. Well, a little big shout out to Scotty Coleman. Cost me a Sweet 16 ring one time back in the day, but what an outstanding player he was. And he was on that. We just celebrated that 99 team not long ago, and congratulations to him, but certainly congratulations to Janai.
At 16:44, there was a basket interference call. That call will be reversed, and the basket is good for Alabama.
Pat Adams. 14-8, Auburn. 15:42 to go in the first half. Alabama ball. Aiden Holloway into the lineup for Auburn, or for Alabama. Excuse me. The former Auburn freshman. Now with the Crimson Tide having a terrific year with 56 threes. In the corner, Sears double teamed. They get it to Diabate. Drives to the free throw line. Now to Phylon. Outstanding freshman to the corner. 3-ball, Aiden. Short. Rebound tapped. It goes out of bounds. And that is Auburn basketball.
I think it's going to be, that's one thing that Aiden Holloway is their spark off the bench. Really one of their second, third leading scorers. He can really score it. They did a good job defending him and challenging his shot then.
Rush midcourt to Hod Pettiford. Bounce pass, Chaney Johnson. Top of the circle, right side of the lane. Spins, fade away, 13, didn't get it. And the rebound to Alabama. Broom out, by the way, Cardwell in. Diabate drives into the lane. Goes up, he missed it. Rebound, fought for. Comes out of there to Denver Jones on the break for Auburn. Denver, top of the circle for the Tigers, between the legs dribble. Pops a three, Denver, short. Rebound, Chaney Johnson to the wing, Pettiford. Todd backs it up, waits for Cardwell to get down the floor. He was tied up with Diabate underneath the basket for Alabama. Nice move, out to the wing. Chaney Johnson, 3-ball, nope. And the rebound fought for comes to Diabate for the Crimson Tide. Auburn leads 14-8, Alabama ball. LeBaron Phylon, top of the circle, around the perimeter to Aiden Holloway. Drives on Denver. Throws it to the right wing. Diabate right back to Holloway. Out to the top for Grant Nelson. Nelson, Holloway between the circles. Working on Chaney Johnson. Drives up, blocked by Chaney. Rebounded by Chaney. Chaney starts the other way for Auburn. To the wing, sideline. Chad Baker-Mazara, left wing, hesitation move. Ooh! And it's a Hod Pettiford dribbled the ball out of bounds.
Auburn's off and running that time. Had a good opportunity for a transition offensive basket. Just happened to dribble it off their foot on the skip pass there.
That's the first turnover by either team in the game. 14:08 in the first. Tigers up 14-8. Crimson Tide ball. Sears back into the lineup for the Crimson Tide. Sears on the left hand, drives down the lane. Up against Mazara, puts it in and gets fouled.
You let Mark Sears get to his left hand and get to the basket, he's going to score and get to the free throw line, and sometimes he does both, just like he did then.
Auburn will go to its bench, bring Janai Broom and Jaheim Hudson in. Chaney Johnson, Dylan Cardwell sit down for the Tigers. The foul whistled against Chad Baker-Mazara. That's the 5th foul for Auburn early on. Alabama with 1. And Sears an opportunity for a 3-point play. Diabate is going to come off the floor. He has blood, and now I think they're going to review to see how that happened. So not only is Sears going to be at the line for an and one, they're going to review to see how Diabate got some blood on his face. At least that's my guess at this point.
It's pretty physical basketball away from the initial play or away from the basketball on the offside. So he could have been cutting through the lane and having to catch a finger or
14-10 is the score. Auburn up 13:58 in the first. Sears will be at the free throw line for 1, and then we'll wait and see what happens from this review. The officials today: Pat Adams, Joe Lindsay, Vladimir Boyard-Chadol.
He's asking a team.
As you can tell, we have the review mic here today. And Pat Adams and Joe Lindsay are the ones talking to Birmingham right now.
keeps us informed of their thought process on the review.
Auburn early on, 4 of 9 from 3. Alabama 0 of 5 from 3. Auburn has out-rebounded Alabama 10-9. Leads 14-10. Auburn had a brief 10-point lead at the 16:53 mark. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Tigers. Expect the expected. SeatGeek. The review continues at the 13:58 mark of the first half of play. Janai Broome leads Auburn with 8. Mark Sears leads Alabama with 4, along with Grant Nelson. Sears missed earlier on an and one attempt, missed the free throw. He's 84% from the stripe. The only player in the SEC in the top 5 in scoring and assists this season. Set the Alabama record for points and assists in a season last year. 797 points and 498 assists on that Final Four team.
He's an outstanding guard, and that's one thing that you can bet on the...
we were reviewing a play at 15:37. This play is past the time frame to be reviewed. Also, the play is incidental contact.
Okay. So the big thing is there's no flagrant foul called on the play. And now Mark Sears will go back to the free throw line. All of that to say he goes back to the line for an and one. For Auburn, Tahad Pettiford, Denver Jones, Chad Baker-Mazara, Jaheim Hudson, and Janai Broome, the Auburn 5. Nelson, Diabate, Sears, Philon, and Holloway for Alabama. Sears' free throw is good.
Just that timeout gave the coaching staff a chance to address, don't let Sears get to his left hand.
3-point Auburn lead. Broome, right wing, Chad Baker-Mazara, screen from Janai. Free throw, throws the alley-oop. It's in and out. And he was on the rim, and it came out, and Alabama gets the ball.
One of the best things that Auburn always does, they create a good set play after a timeout. It worked to perfection, and Janai just could not find the handle on it.
Alabama 3 ball away from tying it up. Sears goes left, gets to the baseline, through the lane, off the right side. Loops out top of the circle for Holloway. Aiden, Diabate to the lane, to the basket for a dunk.
Well, they worked on that last night, and it worked to perfection by Diabate that time. He faked the handoff, spun, and went straight to the basket.
1-point Auburn lead. Alabama on a 9-0 run. Hudson against Sears. Whistle, foul.
That's 2, right?
Yep, sure is. No, that's 1.
Just 1?
I erred earlier saying it was on him. It was not.
Oh.
That is his first foul. It's just the second foul against Alabama in the game. Sears will come out, and Youngblood is back in. Chaney Johnson quickly back in, replacing Turtle Hudson.
Sideline out of bounds play for the Tigers. They always excel. They'll loop that guy across and try to jam it to the post or look for a 3-point shot.
Chad Baker-Mazara pops 3 straight, good.
There it is. There it is. Work to perfection. The players are really on point. Their concentration level is very high today.
Apparently it was a 2. Auburn up 16-13. Philon dumps it to Diabate, to the right wing, Holloway. Drives, goes up, he didn't get it. Rebound Broome. That one rolled right over the top of the iron. Here's Auburn the other way. Underneath, Chaney kicks it to the corner. CBM another 3. That was short, but he was fouled.
Oh, that's outstanding. A little fast break action by the Tigers. They get into their running game, create a shot for Mazara, and he drew the foul.
Chad's shot was well short. It drew iron, but he was fouled by Aiden Holloway in the left corner. And Chad Baker-Mazara will go to the line where he's shooting 89% this season, a career 88% free throw shooter.
I'd like to see him at the free throw line. You see this ball go through the basket, he may hit another perimeter shot.
First of 3 is good. Boy, he had a chance late last year and missed a couple free throws in that loss here. He was really heartbroken over that one. He's knocked home the first 2 free throws here today.
He's such a good free throw shooter when he does ever so often miss. It sure He is disappointed in himself, and sometimes it takes him a play or two to get over that.
Youngblood is out. Diabate back in for the Crimson Tide. Excuse me, Amori is back in for Alabama. Chad Baker knocks home all 3 free throws. He's gone on a 5-0 run, and Auburn leads at 19-13 with 12:44 in the first half of play. Baron Philon to the right wing, Diabate. Outside the arc, right side. Down to the baseline, cut off by Broom. Underneath the basket, pin goes up, he got it.
Anytime they get the ball deep, they're really good. One of the best teams in the country. When they get the ball in the paint, close to the basket, they can finish.
Alabama's outscored Auburn 10-2 in the paint. Right side, Broom against Diabate, just inside the arc. On the wing, 15 to shoot. Now starts to back up Diabate. Keeps reaching in on Broom. 10 to shoot. Fadeaway, Janai. Good!
Well, he's got that fadeaway. That jumper's falling today along the baseline. He's hit 2 of those.
21-15, Auburn, 10 points in the first half for Janai. Philon, right wing to the corner for Grant Nelson on the right side. To Philon, who replaces him in the corner. Drives into the lane, out to the top. Diabate down the right side of the lane. Working on Chaney Johnson. Bumps his way in. Gets cut off. 9 to shoot at the top. Philon. Behind the back dribble. Brings it out to the top. 4 to shoot. Gets a screen. Leans in. Baseline. 3 ball. Stevenson. No. Rebound. Chad Baker-Mazara. Auburn by 6 with the ball the other way.
Really good defense by the Tigers then.
Chad Baker-Mazara. Nice pass to the hole. Chaney knocks it in.
They're pushing the ball hard down the floor. They got into their pick and roll wing action that time, and it opened up Chaney Johnson for the basket.
23-15 Tigers. Sears left hand to the baseline. Kicks it to the corner. Nelson drives to the basket. He lays it up. It's good.
He's a hard. He got Janai moving his feet. He had the angle on him, and he's so tall at 6'11", he can just lay it in.
6 for Grant Nelson, trims the lead to 5. Auburn 23-17. Low post, Broom against Diabate. On the left side, spins baseline. Throws it underneath. Chaney up for a shot. No, but he was fouled. And that will take us to a timeout break. 10:51 to go in the first half of play. Auburn 23, Alabama 17. Find your piece of paradise on the Alabama Gulf Coast with Mindy Jones of Remax Paradise. Visit Mindy at paradise.com. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Auburn family, opening weekend on the Plains for Auburn softball and baseball is coming up. Secure your seats today in Jane B. Moore Field and Plainsman Park at aubtix.com. Single game tickets begin at just $12 and $15, with other ticket packages also on sale now. With many fun weekends at the ballpark calling your name, head to aubtix.com or click tickets in the Auburn Athletics app to get yours today. War Eagle.
Nobody beats Cook's Pest Control when it comes to the superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right. Guaranteed. Protect your home and business with pest control you can trust. Call Cook's today for your free quote or to schedule a free on-site inspection. Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Welcome back to Coleman Coliseum. Jacob Hillman here courtside with the check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. But first, Auburn lead is extended to 24-17. Chad Baker-Mazara's two-pointer was changed to a 3. So it is 24-17 Auburn. Checking the Yellowwood scoreboard. Only one other game in action along with this 1-versus-2 matchup. Georgia leads number 21 Missouri 43-41 as the second half is just underway in Athens. Asa Newell leads the way with 11 points. Other finals so far today, number 8 Texas A&M took down Arkansas 69-61 behind Wade Taylor IV's 18-point, 9 assists, and 3 steal performance. And number 5 Tennessee overcame a 13-point halftime deficit to defeat Vanderbilt 81-76. That's a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Back to Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
It's already been a good day for Auburn athletics. Equestrian came from behind, beat South Carolina. Softball came from behind to beat Charlotte. And women's tennis, the 5th-ranked team in the country, never trailed and drilled Kansas State. Auburn baseball tonight at 6. The Tigers against Holy Cross in the second game of that opening series. Brad Law and Greg Olson will have the call locally on ESPN 106.7 starting tonight at 5:45 after an Auburn. Just pick your adjective about last night's win against Holy Cross and the game that Cade Ballou had after losing his mother yesterday morning. A 2-hit night, including a home run last night, as the Tigers opened the season in front of over 5,700, a school record at Plainsman Park. Here, Auburn leads 24-17. How does Auburn prevent Alabama from getting to the basket as well as it has early on?
Well, you got to do it two ways. After you score, I think the little semi-press of shadowing the inbounds trigger man, that can slow Alabama up. The second way, defensive balance and your positioning, you've got to get back. Once you get to midcourt, between midcourt and the top of the key, you've got to break down and be determined to keep Sears from going left, but you've got to get the ball under control and slow
it down. At 13-11, number 10 White shot a shot at the top of the key. It was ruled a 2-point shot. That shot has been reversed. That is a 3-point shot. Auburn will receive 1 point.
Thank you, Ken Adams.
Well, they're just giving points away every
they
time
we've gone to timeouts twice, and points have been added to the scoreboard twice.
We'll take it as long as it's for the Tigers.
Cheney Johnson's free throw is airborne. It is good. Good start for Cheney. He has 6. And Auburn extends this lead to 25-17 at the 10:51 mark of the first half.
I think you'll see a big key to that on your question. If they score right here, I think you'll see the Tigers put a little pressure, full court here.
Cheney knocked home the second. Auburn up by 9, 26-17. LeBaron Philon running the point right now for the Crimson Tide. 2 really good freshmen out there. Left wing, Omori. Omori picked up by Broom. Just inside the arc, left wing. Hands to Philon out of bounds off of Tahad Pettiford. 12 to shoot for Alabama. Down the left sideline. 10:33 to go in the first half. Auburn 26, Alabama 17.
The length of Auburn's defense affects every team they play. They just can get their hands on deflections.
Philon on the inbound, gets the ball back. Now to Sears. Free throw line marked down the left side of the lane. Through the lane, lost it, comes off the right side. Now to Sears in the corner right side. Drives, gets cut off. Auburn wanted a travel. He goes up, throws up an air ball, and Auburn has it. And Broom is down underneath the Auburn basket. He got popped in the nose. And the Alabama fans showed their considerable knowledge of basketball, and they boo the Auburn center.
Well, that's a highlight possession on the season to take Alabama, snuff them, create the 30-second violation. Really good defensive series.
Opportunity for Auburn to regain a double-digit lead. Pettiford across midcourt, bounce pass, Chad Baker-Mazar, left wing. Low post for Broom, double team. Janai spins to the basket, and they got him for a hook, I guess. It had to be a hook because there was nothing else that he did wrong.
Oh, man. I don't know about that. That was a long way from us as far as being able to see what his positioning was, but that move was as quick as I've seen Janai move in a long time. At least in the last 2 or 3 weeks, he really was a quick move on that.
6 fouls against Auburn, first of the day against Broom. Alabama basketball. Darian Reed in for his first action. Sears, right wing, gets to the left hand. It's cut off by the freshman. Pettiford, right wing it goes. Reed, skip pass, left side for Holloway. 7 to shoot. Aiden between the legs dribble. Left hand dribble. Down to the lane, to the corner. Omori up. He didn't get it. Rebound Chad Baker-Mazar for Auburn. Up the left sideline for Tahad Pettiford. Pettiford against Reed. Left wing 3 ball. Blown. Rebound Pettiford had it, lost it. They got 2 on 1 the other way. Right wing drive to the hole, whistle and a foul on Miles Kelly. That's the second on Miles. He was the only one back for Auburn on that break for Alabama. And the Crimson Tide will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. It will be Darian Reed, freshman from Grovetown, Georgia, played at Prolific Prep. averaging 7 points, 5.3 rebounds a game, a 53% free throw shooter. One of 3 McDonald's All-Americans on this roster.
I think Miles just got himself in a position that is either going to give up a highlight dunk or foul the guy and put him on the free throw line.
Reed knocks home the first. Trims the lead to 2-8, 26-18 Tigers. 9:20 in the first, and Reed gets both. And he will come out, and Chris Youngblood is back in for the Crimson Tide. Down to a 7-point Auburn lead, 9:20 in the first half, 26-19 Tigers. Up the floor to Hot Pettiford. Leaves for Chaney Johnson at the top. Left wing Miles Kelly, screen from Broom. Stop and pop three, short. Rebound, fought for. Still loose, Alabama ball, they go down, roll over, no travel. And here's Alabama the other way. Sears, right hand dribble out to the wing. Maintains that dribble, gets to the left hand. Kicks it to the wing for Youngblood and a long three. No, weak side rebound to Morey. Out to the top for Sears. Logo three, short. Rebound, Amori again. To the left wing for Holloway, for three. Yep.
You give them that many opportunities for an offensive rebound, kick out, they're going to eventually make a three-point shot. That's why they lead the SEC in scoring.
8:33 in the first, Auburn's lead at 4. 26-22. Broom, baseline left, backs up, spins, into the lane, head fake, spins off the glass, didn't get it. Rebound Alabama. Up the floor, Holloway. Stolen by Chad Baker-Mazar. Double teamed and fouled by Sears. And that's his second.
Really crafty, smart defensive play by Chad Baker-Mazara. And we were so fortunate to draw that foul on Sears right there. He was so upset with himself for turning it over that he was trying to get it back too quick and ended up fouling Mazara.
Sears whistle for his second. Auburn right now 8 of 20 from the field. Alabama 8 of 23. 8:16 first half of play. Auburn 26, Alabama 22. They're going to put the shot clock at 20 right now, friends.
Okay.
Pettiford out, by the way, for Auburn. Denver Jones back in. So it's 20 on the shot clock, not 30.
It was a little unfortunate because Chad Baker stole the ball. It was switched to 30 seconds, but as soon as the foul was made and you're in that part of the court, they're going to move it to 20 when you take it out of bounds.
Denver Jones across midcourt, Auburn by 4 with the ball. Left wing Miles Kelly, top of the circle, Broom. Right wing Chad Baker. Spins, brings it near the top of the circle. Between the legs dribble, 18 to shoot. Off the left side, it's Cardwell. Kelly, three ball, Miles didn't get it. Rebound Alabama, Amori. Crimson Tide ball, Holloway quickly up the floor for the Crimson Tide. On the left wing, kicks it right side, head fake, Grant Nelson drives to the corner, three ball, Stevenson good.
Penetrate and pinch is what they do. They penetrate, try to get to the rim. When you cut them off, they pitch it out for the three-point shot. They excel in that type of game.
26-25 Alabama. Crimson Tide on an 8-0 run. Broom, left wing, outside the arc, good pop a three. Short. Over the rebound, or over the backboard and out of bounds. And a timeout. 7:29 to go in the first. Auburn 26, Alabama 25. Auburn basketball brought to you by the Auburn Opelika Tourism. Start your next visit to the plains at aotourism.com. Stay tuned, Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoTigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC, member FDIC, Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The Alabama Department of Public Health reminds you, don't wait, vaccinate. Stay current on all vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMN to learn more.
Auburn's run 3 minutes and 22 seconds without scoring. Alabama's gone on an 8-0 run in the last 1 minute 51 seconds, and at the 7:29 mark of the first half, Auburn's lead is down to 1, 26-25, and Alabama looks for his first lead of the ball game. Along with Randall Dickey, Jacob Hillman. Our executive producer today is Jeff Shearer from Coleman Coliseum. Good to be with you today on this historic 1 versus 2 afternoon for SEC basketball. Auburn has led by as many as 10, but Alabama has trimmed what was most recently a 9-point lead down to 1, and the Crimson Tide have the ball at the 7:29 mark coming out of this timeout.
Well, because of the shot selection and the shots not falling for Auburn in this last couple of minutes, it's given the Crimson Tide a little bit of a chance to carve into the momentum. They don't really have it right now. I'll just say the Tigers are bending a little bit, but they still have a 1-point lead. I'd like to see the Tigers get back to the free throw line, drive it hard, be strong with the basketball, lay it in the basket, and draw a foul, because you know what? We're 5 for 5 from the free throw line up to this point.
Alabama has out-rebounded Auburn 17-13, and that includes 6 offensive rebounds to Auburn's 3. Crimson Tide doing a lot of their work in the paint. They've outscored Auburn 12-4. Auburn has hit 5 threes in this first half.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game right now. It's the Auburn's three-point shots compared to the offensive rebounds, kick-out scores by the Crimson Tide. Auburn's got that's a correctable mistake that Auburn can fix. Getting on the defensive glass, you've got to take it upon yourself that all 5 players must attack the glass.
Hardaway, or rather, Aiden Holloway brings it up the floor for Alabama on the wing. Lobs it inside the arc. Grant Nelson just at the top of the key. Foot inside the three-point arc. Top of the circle. 3-ball. Youngblood short. Rebound. Moore had it. Tipped out. Here's Denver Jones the other way with Chad Baker-Mazara. Denver to the hole. Lobs it in. And fouled on the play.
2 things were corrected. We dominated and got the defensive rebound. It turned into transition offense. Great finish by Denver Jones, and now he gets to go to the free throw line and be rewarded for a possibility 3-point play.
Our Sun-South drive of the game, Sun-South John Deere, preferred tractor of the Tigers. Find your local dealer at sunsouth.com. Chance for the 3-point play. The foul, by the way, called against Holloway, his second. Denver's free throw is good.
Like to see him at the free throw line. He's a guy that's got great confidence, great experience, but he really went to the basket aggressively that time and finished.
29-25 Auburn. Sears replaces Holloway at the point. Lobs it inside the arc, left side for Nelson. Now outside the arc, left wing. Nelson brings it out. Right-hand dribble. Ooh, they had a man wide open underneath. He drives, goes down, and he walked. Just lost his balance. He appears to be okay. He's checking his sneaker. I think he just slipped. And Auburn gets the ball back on the turnover by Alabama, leading by 4. Moore out. Chad Baker-Mazara in. This is Auburn's starting 5 most of the year. Jones, Baker-Mazara, Kelly, Broom, and Cardwell.
Just like to see the Auburn Tigers on their defense. They just constrict you so much in this stage of the game, squeeze you down. That time, Nelson's feet just went out from under him because the defense was just smothering.
Auburn leads at 29-25. Denver Jones up the floor, left-hand dribble. Near the wing, screen from Broom. Down the left sideline, it's Kelly. Low post for Janai. Working on Diabate. Into the lane, up and over, put it up, it was blocked. Rebounded by Amore. Outlet Diabate. Up the floor for Sears. Between the legs dribble to the top. Head fake at 3. Drive Diabate to the lane. Up and missed, but a foul on Dylan Cardwell, and that is Cap's second foul of the half.
He's a really good player. He's a tweener, a guy that can play inside and out, but he's a great guy. He catches the ball and transition in, shot fake, drove it hard on Dylan, and kind of got the angle on him and drew the foul.
Played on a national championship team at Putnam Science Academy. He's out of the Queens, and he's at the line for a couple. 67% free throw shooter. He missed the first one.
He's a lot of good players from that area come out of there. Unbelievable, known for reputations of good players off the bounce. Not necessarily a skill behind the three-point line, but he's certainly somebody that we're going to have to get under control today because he is a good player.
LeBaron Filon replaces Mark Sears at the point. 6:25 in the first, Auburn 29. And that was an air ball by Diabate.
Sort of an adventure then, wasn't it?
Sure was. Hit the back of there and then barely drew the net. 29-25 Tigers. Auburn basketball. 6:25 in the first half of play. Denver Jones across midcourt to the right-hand dribble on the wing. Between the legs dribble twice. Now top of the circle, Chad Baker-Mazara. Screen from Cardwell. Down the right side of the lane to the hole. Baked it in!
Chad Baker-Mazara returned to the days of old right there. He took it aggressively and finished. Really nice to see him do that.
Tigers up 31-25. Alabama ball, hot shot up. It's good by Filon. Shot it over Broom.
Alabama likes to score in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, change of possession. The Tigers have got to reestablish their defense much quicker.
31-27 Tigers. Chad Baker left wing, goes baseline, pull-up jumper, CBM, no. Mid-lane rebound, Alabama's Amore, who has done a nice job on the board. That's his sixth. Free ball, Filon, left wing long. Rebound to Cardwell, ball knocked out of his hand, but it comes to Chad Baker-Mazara for Auburn. Tigers by 4, 5:27, counting clock in the first. CBM right wing, now into the right corner. Double team, hits Broom. Lobs it, Cardwell got pushed from behind. He saves it to Broom on the wing. Around the perimeter, left wing it goes. Miles Kelly drives, leads for Cardwell, double hand slammer.
That's an unbelievable drive by Miles Kelly and spoon feeds Dylan Cardwell, and point blank, he knows what to do with it.
Split a double team with that pass to Cap, who knocked it home. 33-27 Auburn, 4:57 in the first half. Filon off the left wing for the Crimson Tide. Screen, drives against Chad Baker, goes up and scores with a foul. Second foul on Chad Baker-Mazara.
That's happened way too much, Andy. Driving to the basket, fouling Alabama, and allowing them to score. If you're going to foul them at the basket, foul them where they don't make the basket, and they only get 2 points instead of a possibility of 3.
Filon, 74% free throw shooter. Finished his high school basketball at Link Academy in Branson, Missouri. Was Alabama's Mr. Basketball at Baker High School in Mobile.
Yeah, he's an Alabama product. He went up there and finished he scored about 2,300 points in high school. I think it's at Baker High School.
Prolific.
Yeah, outstanding player.
Broom out. And Chaney Johnson in. And Filon missed the free throw. 33-29 Tigers. Pettiford back into the lineup for Auburn. Behind the back dribble, working on Filon. Screen from Cardwell. Pull up, 18-footer, swish!
Splash for a jump shot by Tahad Pettiford. It's good to see him kind of get in the flow of it offensively here.
Auburn by 6, Filon, left wing. Reed back into the lineup for Alabama. For Filon, left wing. Against Miles Kelly. Picks it up, lobs it, low post. Nelson, they go for an alley-oop to Amore, and out of bounds, unfortunately for Auburn, off of Miles Kelly. Here comes Chris Moore back into the Auburn lineup. Both of these teams go into their bench quick and continuous here in the first half. Kelly out, Moore in. Alabama will bring Sears in for offense on this possession with 20 to shoot, replacing Filon.
Our listeners would enjoy seeing that right there. I'll tell you what, those guys were way above the rim playing volleyball with it that time.
Auburn by 6, Alabama ball out of bounds, baseline left. Reed will trigger. Into the corner, Amore. On the right-hand dribble, hands there to Youngblood. Youngblood picked up by Moore in a switch, out to the top for Sears. 11 to shoot. Sears, right wing, Youngblood, head fake, drives, kicks it to the corner. 3 ball, Reed, barely drew iron. Rebound, Alabama. Whistle foul. They're going to get Chaney Johnson.
Yeah, they got another offensive rebound right then, and that's a negative for the Tigers. We've got to get that under control.
That's the 9th offensive rebound for Alabama in the first half. 4 minutes to go in the half. Auburn 35, Alabama 29. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Moves to the right and shoots a jumper. Missed everything, and up for the rebound is Chris Porter to Doc. Baseball pass, front court, Brian Smith. Baseline 8-footer, in and out, no good. Oh, my goodness sake, what a jam by Porter. Oh, my goodness. Hello, Abbeville, Alabama. A one-handed slam. Get ready, ESPN. That's a highlight.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Today's highlight is brought to you by Toyota. At home or on the road, they're never the underdog. Toyota, let's go places. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 3rd, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details.
Number 1, Auburn 35. Number 2, Alabama 29. 4 minutes to go here in the first half at Coleman Coliseum. Jacob Hillman here. And before we check the Yellowwood scoreboard, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Checking the Yellowwood scoreboard, only one other SEC game in action during this top-ranked matchup as number 21 Missouri has pulled ahead of Georgia 68-54 as Asa Newell has 17 points and 6 rebounds for the Bulldogs, but it's not enough as Anthony Robinson has 10 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals for the Tigers. In top 25 action, a couple of finals, number 6 Houston took down number 13 Arizona 62-58. Milo Zuzon had 19 points for the Cougars. And then number 12 Texas Tech went to Oklahoma State and dominated 93-55. JT Toppin had 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks in that win. Coming up in 4 minutes is Connect at halftime, where we'll check the full Yellowwood scoreboard, look around Auburn athletics, and check the first half stats. Until then, here's a story with Coach Randall Dickey and voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
At the 4-minute mark of the first half, Auburn leads 35-29. Going into the last timeout at 7:29, Alabama was on an 8-0 run, and it cut the lead to 1. Since then, Auburn has outscored Alabama 11-4 in the last 3:29 of the half.
It's a big game of runs right now. It's the three-point defense by the Tigers has been outstanding, only allowing the Crimson Tide 2 3-point made shots out of 14 attempts. The only negative is the defensive rebounding, but I really like the assist stat for the Auburn Tigers.
Even with the 8 offensive rebounds for Alabama, they've only turned that into 7 second-chance points.
The recovery
and Auburn's fortunate in that regard.
Yes, the recovery defensively has been outstanding for Auburn, but you can't keep that up because they're really getting good looks from the 3-ball off of an offensive rebound, and we've got to get that under control.
Alabama in the double bonus for the remainder of the half, so Chris Youngblood at the line for 2. Transfer from Kennesaw State and South Florida. First free throw is good.
It's a good-looking young athlete. He's got a great, strong body. He's about just a really good physical specimen at the guard position.
Back playing in his hometown. And he trims the lead to 4 with both free throws. Under 4 minutes in the first half, Auburn 35, Alabama 31.
Big segment for the Tigers right here this last 4 minutes going in at halftime.
Straight away 3, Pettiford didn't get it. Rebound Alabama. Amore has dominated the boards early on. That's his 7th. Alabama ball, Reed. Top of the circle, down the lane, against Cardwell. Put it up short. Oh, man. Come on. Late whistle and a foul against Dylan Cardwell. Goodness gracious.
Well, that was a little bit. We let him get to the right hand again.
And that's the third foul on Cap. But by gosh, and you know my biggest gripe. If you call it at one end, you got to call it at the other.
That's one thing Reed has done. He's an All-American recruit, freshman. Boy, he put it in his right hand. He got to the rack, but it sure looked like Dylan was straight up and down on that verticality.
Free throw is good by Reed. That's the 11th foul against Auburn in this first half. Alabama has been called for 6. Auburn isn't even in the bonus yet.
And they've doubled their attempts. They have actually made more free throws than Auburn has attempted.
Broom in, Cardwell out. He's got to lead with 3 fouls.
Yeah, we got to protect him this last 3:38.
So it's Pettiford, Denver, Miles, Janai, and Cheney, the 5 for Auburn.
Kind of like to see Denver Jones stick his head up here on the offensive end, maybe rise up and hit a 3.
Reed knocked on both. For 2-point Auburn lead, 35-33. Broom at the point. Pettiford, left wing. At the top, it's Miles. Open 3 ball, right wing. No, rebound Janai. Works against Amori to Kelly. Left wing Pettiford. Open 3. Nope. Amori gets his 9th rebound of the first half. Alabama ball, a chance to take the lead with a 3 ball here. Youngblood at the top for Nelson. Off the left wing to Philon. Down the lane, Philon stripped out of there. Auburn with numbers the other way. Miles Kelly, low post, Pettiford to the hole. No, tap up and a miss by Auburn. Alabama with numbers the other way. Philon, left wing, inside the arc. Down the lane, Nelson, wild shot. Missed it, rebound Broom. And here's Auburn the other way. Back and forth with no scoring right now. 2:43 and counting in the first. Auburn by 2.
And lots of action, Mandy, but not much production going on either end.
Cheney Johnson at the free throw line against Amore. 18-footer, good.
Well, we needed that basket right there. That was big this last 2.5 minutes left to go.
And Auburn calls a timeout. With 2:32 to go in the first half, Auburn's lead is 4, 37-33.
Being a huge timeout right here. You check back later in the game and reflect back on this. Auburn up 37-33. The Tigers don't want to relentless or give up that momentum, so they hit a basket. Cheney Johnson, they'll regroup defensively. They may change their ball screen defense. They've got to get the drive under control, but this was a really good time to go into halftime with momentum and not lose that.
Janai Broom with 10, Cheney Johnson with 9, Chad Baker-Mazar with 8 for Auburn. Grant Nelson with 6 leads the Crimson Tide. Mark Sears with 5. And Auburn leads it by 4 with 2:32 to go in the first half after a timeout called by your Auburn Tigers. Youngblood, Reed, Amori, Nelson, and Sears for Alabama. And Amori has done his work on the boards. Now 8 official rebounds on the afternoon.
Yeah, he's been all over that glass, that's for sure. And that's his specialty.
Yeah. Alabama ball. Sears will bring it up the floor. Auburn by 4, 37-33 following the Auburn timeout. They put 2 high posters to give a screen for Sears. They get the ball to Amori straight away. Amori, one dribble, picks it up.
They're going to bring Sears back to that ball.
Amori, backdoor to Nelson underneath. Head fake, leans in, up with the left hand. He didn't get it. Broom got the rebound.
That's a good shutout by the Tigers. Good defensive possession.
Denver Jones at the right wing. Auburn by 4, 2 minutes, 3 seconds in the first half of play. Denver Jones, screen from Broom. Left side of the lane. Running Yogi, didn't get it. Rebound, Broom got it. Goes back up and he got fouled.
Oh, it's great to see Janai Broom on that offensive glass. And I thought the floating Yogi was going to go down for Denver Jones. It just rimmed out.
The foul was called against Clifford Amore. That's his first foul of the first half. It isn't his first contact. It's just his first foul.
Oh, he's the guy that kind of plays down in the trenches, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Janai Broom at the line for 2 for Auburn. First free throw is good for Janai. leads the SEC in rebounding and blocks. Janai with 11 points, 6 rebounds in this first half of play. He can give Auburn a 6-point lead with this second free throw at the 154 mark. And he knocked home both.
Well, he's putting in work today, and he's really looked good this first half.
Auburn 39, Alabama 33. Excuse me, Randall.
That's right.
Sears across midcourt. In the center circle, gets a screen from Amore. On the left hand, he's dribbled the ball out of bounds.
Defense is
Denver
stifling.
Jones locked him down, and Sears dribbled it out of bounds. And Philon is in, and Sears, who has 2 fouls, comes out. Here comes Miles Kelly back into the lineup, replacing Chris Moore for Auburn. Here comes Stevenson for Alabama, replacing Aiden Holloway.
Well, they're playing a defensive group. He's going to try to offense-defense substitute, I think, right here. He's going to play a defensive group. He's going to try to get the Tigers under control, and the Tigers need to continue to roll.
Auburn by 6 with the ball at the top. Chaney Johnson drives on Nelson, gets bumped, kicks it to the wing, right side, Chad Baker. 3-ball CBM, no. Rebound Nelson for Alabama. Up the right sideline for Philon. To the top of the circle. Pulls it back out on the left-hand dribble. Brings it between the rings, now to Nelson. Nelson working on CBM to the baseline for Amore. To the left wing. Hands the ball there to Youngblood. Goes baseline. Hangs, reverse, no. Rebound Broom. 1:05 in the first, Auburn by 6. Up the floor quickly. Miles Kelly at the right wing. Low post now for Chaney Johnson against Grant Nelson. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Into the lane. Down the right side. Up with the right hand. Didn't get it. Rebound Alabama. 50 seconds in the first half. Auburn leads by 6. Nelson on the right-hand dribble. Drives on Chaney. Lobs it up there. Hit the side of the backboard. Rebound Janai Broom.
They're really aggressively rebounding now. Holding their position. They'll go for one shot here. They've got a little bit of discrepancy between the shot clock.
About 11 seconds between the clocks.
So Alabama will get it back. But
14 to shoot for Auburn. Left wing, Miles. Top of the circle for Denver. Drives around the right side to the corner. Oh, Chaney Johnson, 3. Bang!
What a shot by Chaney Johnson. He just continues to be productive offensively, burying that 3-point shot.
Auburn on a 7-0 run. Alabama's missed its last 6 shots, and Auburn has opened up a 9-point lead with 17.4 seconds in the first half. Auburn 42, Alabama 33. Alabama calls a timeout to set up perhaps the final play of the half. Oh my goodness, Chaney was wide open. You just had to hold your breath as he launched that 3, his second of the ball game.
His confidence level just continues to rise as he goes through this season. And last season, he is one of the most improved players across college basketball landscape. But he is really making some shots.
Alabama with the ball, full length of the floor to go. 17.4 seconds remaining in the first half. Stay tuned for Conecuh halftime with one Jacob Hillman.
A pretty good production out of those 2 bigs, 24 and 10. When you combine their stats right now in this first half, it's absolutely dominating.
Defensive lineup, Chad Baker, Mazzard, Chaney Johnson, Chris Moore, Denver Jones, and Janai Broom out there.
The Tide's going to run a set play they're going to try to either get Sears a shot or on a hard drive, or they're going to look for Aiden Holloway somewhere in the open penetrating pitch situation.
I think Sears tries to drive.
I like to see this by Auburn. Just put a little pressure in a full court, make them earn their way up the floor.
Holloway up the floor, 13 to shoot across midcourt. Auburn by 9, Alabama ball. 8 seconds in the first half. Holloway, double high post screen, ball it comes to Stevenson. Right wing, Sears, straight away 3. It's no good. Rebound out of bounds, 0.3 seconds in the first half, Alabama ball.
Just enough time for a tap, Andy.
They've got to set up an alley-oop here, don't they? Alabama out of bounds, baseline right, Stevenson. Rather, Youngblood will trigger. They got to get it to Stevenson here, don't you think?
They're going to throw it in front of the rim and try to tap it in.
Nope, they'll bring in Nelson instead of Stevenson. Auburn they'll bring in Nelson replacing Youngblood, and Stevenson will trigger baseline right.
They're going to go right over the top to Nelson, right in front of the rim, I think.
I agree with you. He's right side of the lane, now to the left side. Still looking. They lob it, and it's knocked away by Broom, and Auburn ends the first half on a 7-0 run.
Another good defensive play by Broom. The Tigers have just been outstanding. Their scouting report's spot on, and the players are carrying out their assignments.
At the half, number 1 versus number 2. First time in Auburn, Alabama history. First time in the SEC in basketball. Auburn 42, Alabama 33. Time now for Conecuh halftime. And here is Jacob Hillman.
And how about this, Andy and Coach Dickey? That is the season low in first half points by Alabama. The previous low was 34 first half points against Houston. This is Conecuh halftime. Jacob Hillman here courtside at Coleman Coliseum as we check the Yellowwood scoreboard. One live SEC score going on right now. Number 21, Missouri leads Georgia 80-64. Anthony Robinson II has 15 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals. Asa Newell has 19 points and 7 rebounds for the Bulldogs. A couple of finals in the SEC so far today. Number 8, Texas A&M defeated Arkansas 69-61. Wade Taylor IV had 18 points, 9 assists, and 3 steals. The Razorbacks started the game up 8-0, but it was a big run by the Aggies late in the game to win it. Number 5, Tennessee overcame a 13-point halftime deficit against Vanderbilt at home to win 81-76. Zakai Ziegler had 22 points and 8 assists in the win for the Volunteers. Later on tonight in SEC action, number 19 Ole Miss will host number 22 Mississippi State in their rivalry game. The Bulldogs won the first meeting in Starkville, 84-81 in overtime. The Rebels are looking for their second straight 21 season, and that's the first time in about 8-9 years. LSU visits Oklahoma and goes to Norman for the first time in about 20 years. They last visited Norman for the 2004 NIT tournament. That game is at 5 Central. At 7 Central, Texas will host number 15 Kentucky for the first time ever. Trey Johnson, the freshman for the Longhorns, is looking to become just the 6th freshman ever to lead the SEC in scoring. He's currently averaging 19.3 points per game. Janai Brew, Mark Sears, 2 players playing in Coleman Coliseum right now, are the ones chasing him. Kentucky will be without Jackson Robinson and Lamont Butler tonight. They were without him or them whenever they swept Tennessee on Tuesday. Then later on tonight, the nightcap, 7:30 Central, Florida will host South Carolina as the Gators are number 3 in the country. That's the highest AP ranking in 10 years for Florida. And 7'1" junior center Micah Handlockton, he returns and will forgo a medical redshirt. If you recall the SEC Tournament Championship last season, he broke his leg in that game and is returning for that. In top 25 action, number 6 Houston took down number 13 Arizona 62-58 behind Milos Uzon's 19 points. And the Cougars moved to 21-4 overall and 13-1 in conference play. The Wildcats fall to 11-3 in Big 12 play. Number 7 Purdue and number 16 Wisconsin had an absolute barn burner. The Badgers win 94-84. It was John Tonji with 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Trey Kaufman-Wren did his best for the Boilermakers with 30 points. Braden Smith also was distributing as usual with 6 points and 12 assists. Another final, number 12, Texas Tech dominated Oklahoma State 93-55. JT Toppin had 32 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 blocks in that win to move to 11-3 in Big 12 action. Number 23 Clemson takes down Florida State 72-46 as Ian Scheifelen had 14 points and 12 rebounds to lead the Tigers. Currently going on right now in top 25 action, number 3 Duke leads Stanford 63-41. Proctor for the Blue Devils has 20 points. And in Ames, Iowa at Hilton Coliseum, number 10 Iowa State is leading Cincinnati 45-43 with 15:37 to go from Ames. That is a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard as there's plenty of action. Obviously, the biggest action taking place here at Coleman Coliseum. Number 1 Auburn leads number 2 Alabama 42-33 at Conecuh halftime. Crossover season's in full swing with baseball's opening weekend on the Plains. We'll cover all the happenings and more when we take a look around Auburn athletics. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
Are you looking to advance your career without putting your life on hold?
Consider the flexibility of an online MBA at Auburn University's Harvard College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best by U.S. News and World Report, our 100% online MBA program provides the flexibility you need to pursue a degree while maintaining your personal and professional life. Learn more at harvard.auburn.edu.
Damaging an underground utility can cause a lot more problems than you think. By causing a potentially avoidable damage to underground utilities, there's many scenarios that do not end well. To keep the gas, power, water, and internet running, using 811 to have your underground utilities marked is a critical piece of the damage prevention process, whether you're a homeowner or an excavator. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. Visit al811.com for more information.
Conecuh Sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh Sausage, since 1947, a real winner.
Welcome back to Conecuh Halftime, where number 1 Auburn leads number 2 Alabama 42-33 at the break. Jacob Hillman here with you inside Coleman Coliseum as we take a look around Auburn Athletics. And this look around Auburn Athletics is brought to you by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Number 12 Gymnastics fell at number 3 Florida last night, but bounced back from an uncharacteristic bars performance to put up a season-high road score of 196.825. The next time the Tigers will be back in action will be in this very building when they visit number 14 Alabama this upcoming Friday at 7:30 Central. Number 1 Equestrian took down number 8 South Carolina this morning, 14-6. It was down 6-4 at halftime, but was able to rally and take down the 8th-ranked Gamecocks. Next up is the final home meet of the regular season for the Tigers when they host number 3 Georgia at the Auburn University Equestrian Center on March 1st at 11 a.m. Central. Number 5 Women's Tennis defeated Kansas State 4-0 at the Arboro Tennis Center today after moving into the top 5 this week. Now, first-year head coach Jordan Sabo and his squad prepare for SEC play when number 21 Florida comes to town on February 23rd at noon Central. That match is free to attend at the Arboro Tennis Center. Number 22 Baseball. It was a successful opening day on the Plains as they defeated Holy Cross 4-1 behind a Cade Ballou home run, as well as strong showings on the mound from the trio of Cade Fisher, Cam Tilley, and Carson Myers. Game 2 of the series is set for tonight at 6 Central. Brad Law and Greg Olson will have coverage beginning at 5:45 on ESPN 106.7 FM in the Auburn area and the Auburn Tigers app everywhere else. So you can still get tickets for that game as well. If you're in the Auburn area and you're looking for something to do after this basketball game, go to aubtix.com and there will be tickets available for that Auburn baseball game against Holy Cross. Looking at the softball diamond, Auburn's already 1-0 today. A back-and-forth affair between Auburn and Charlotte as the Tigers win 14-11. The Tigers trailed 6-2 after the first inning and then took a big lead, but Charlotte rallied in the 6th inning before Auburn ultimately took the 14-11 lead in the 7th to win at 14-11 and move to 9-0 or 9-Malvo, as the Auburn softball Twitter account said. They got to move. If they move to 10-0, they'll have to come back against number 9 Oklahoma State. They're down 1-0 in the top of the 3rd with a 3-2 count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Anna Wooler's up to bat as the Tigers look to rally against the Cowboys in the Clearwater Invitational, which is just it's a premier tournament in college softball. So the Tigers looking to have a strong weekend there. J.J. Jackson has the call on WEGL 91.1 FM in the Auburn area, as well as the Auburn Tigers app. And they'll be back in action tomorrow morning for one more game at Clearwater at 11 a.m. Central against Liberty. Women's basketball will be back in action on Sunday against Vanderbilt as they host the College Vault game. So throwback theme, and the College Vault shop will be available. We'll have things for purchase there. That game is set for 3 o'clock Central. as Britt Bowen will have the call with Larry DeShera on ESPN 106.7 FM and the Auburn Tigers app. Our next men's basketball broadcast is set for Wednesday when the Tigers return to Neville Arena for a 3-game homestand against Arkansas. Andy Bertram, Randall Dickey, and yours truly bring you the call beginning at 7:30 Central with tip-off following at 8. Always be sure to check out auburntigers.com and the Auburn Tigers app for full schedules and more information. That look around Auburn Athletics is brought to you by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Again, your score at the half. Number 1, Auburn 42. Number 2, Alabama 33. We take a look at the first half stats when Conecuh halftime continues in a moment.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful. Hi, this is Matayo. And this is Elsa. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick. Because the spice comes in at just the right moment. Oh, no. A little thing I love is that cilantro lime sauce. It's a fun blend of zesty and bold. That's what really makes me happy. Are you going to eat all your fries?
Order a Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich and a Diet Dr. Pepper on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Atmore is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Atmore. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's an ice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know, all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. Come on, move! You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Nobody beats Cook's Pest Control when it comes to the superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right. Guaranteed. Protect your home and business with pest control you can trust. Call Cook's today for your free quote or to schedule a free on-site inspection. Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Top of the circle for Denver. Drives around the right side to the corner. Oh, Chaney Johnson, 3. Bang!
What a shot by Chaney Johnson. He just continues to be productive offensively, burying that three-point shot.
One of 2 3-point shots made by Chaney Johnson in the first half, as he is tied for the team high in scoring with Janai Broome with 12 points. Broome also has 8 rebounds. The Tigers have made 6 3-pointers so far this game. We've made so much of the Alabama 3-point shooting. They're 2 of 15 so far from 3. Leading the way for Alabama is Grant Nelson with 6 total points. Cliff Amore has 8 rebounds. And then Auburn also on the assists. Janai Broome leading the way. 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists for the National Player of the Year candidate. Shooting total so far in the first half, Auburn is shooting 36.8% from the field, 31.6% from 3, and 100% from the free throw line. And then for Alabama, they are shooting 31.4% from the field, 13.3% from 3, and 69.2% from the free throw line. Auburn has led for 19 minutes and 45 seconds of the game so far. They jumped out to that 9-0 run as Alabama got it down to 1 point, but Auburn was able to extend the lead again. From the bench, Auburn has gotten 22 points, and the Crimson Tide has gotten 15. And that's the check of the halftime numbers, which are brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. 2 minutes until the second half between number 1 Auburn and number 2 Alabama. 42-33, the Tigers lead it. And Andy Bertram and Randall Dickey will bring you the final 20 actions.
You've been listening to Conecuh Halftime. Conecuh is the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Get one on your next visit to Neville Arena or make Conecuh part of your game day wherever you are. The second half is 2 minutes away. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
For loving expert care for your pets, visit Moores Mill Animal Hospital, located at 2120 Moores Mill Road. Their skilled team is dedicated to keeping your furry friends healthy and happy. Moores Mill Animal Hospital offers spay, neuter, vaccines, boarding, and much more. Moores Mill Animal Hospital, where pets are family. Call us today at 334-821-7739 or visit mmvets.com. Experience the Moores Mill Animal Hospital difference today.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Do you live in Lee County? You are eligible for a Max Credit Union account. Working in Lee County? You're eligible for a Max Credit Union account. Listening to this radio ad right now? 99% chance you are eligible to have a Max Credit Union account. At Max Credit Union, if you live, work, worship, or attend school in Lee or one of our 26 other counties, you are eligible to open an account with Max. Come see us in Auburn or Opelika or get started now at mymax.com. Some restrictions apply.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
At the 7:29 mark of the first half, Alabama had cut the lead to 1. In the final 7:29 of the first half, Auburn outscored Alabama 16-8 and leads by 9 as we open the second half of play. 42-33 Alabama. Alabama will have the ball to open the second half. Auburn starters, Denver Jones, Miles Kelly, Chaney Johnson, Janai Broome. Well, Chaney Johnson starts the second half rather than Dylan Cardwell. Alabama ball, Sears walks it across midcourt. Tigers will go to the basket to our left in the second half. Stevenson gets a screen, free throw line, off the right side now to Sears. Head fake at three, penetrates down the lane, into the lane, off the right side, three ball, Stevenson air ball. Rebounded by Broome, Auburn the other way.
It's a good way to start for the Tigers defensively. It's a good shutout right off the bat.
Chance for Auburn to extend the lead into double figures. Jones, right wing, Chaney. Top of the circle, Broome, right back to Denver, rises up for a three, and buries it.
Just right over the top of Sears that time is a good start for the Tigers, both offensively and defensively.
45-33, Auburn. Sears on the right wing. They don't want him there. They want him off the left side. Out of the top, Stevenson on the right wing, drives on Broome. Into the lane, reverse layup, good.
Good player, good finish by Stevenson that time, take it to the basket.
Auburn by 10, 45-35, 19:02 in the second. Chaney Johnson between the circles, right wing for Chris Moore, to the top for Chaney, puts it on the floor against Nelson, spins out to the top. Chris Moore three. Oh, it was in and out, rimmed out. Alabama ball. Amore with his 9th rebound of the ball game. Up to the right wing for Mark Sears. Puts it on the floor with the left hand. Three ball blocked by Broome. It comes to Amore. Now to Grant Nelson off the right side. Leaves for Sears. Down the left side of the lane. Cut off by Chaney Johnson. And he lost it out of bounds. That should be Auburn ball. It is.
It just shows the length of Auburn that time. They blocked Sears' shot. Denver Jones did. He continued to try to play. Forced him out of bounds. What a two defensive possessions that the Tigers have put on already.
35-35, Auburn by 10. Jones a screen. Stop and pop three straight away. Good!
Oh boy, we're going to heaten up Denver Jones from the three-point line. Is splashed two in already.
13-point lead for Auburn, biggest of the day for the Tigers. 48-35, Auburn. Right wing, Stevenson. Picked up by Moore. Top of the circle, Sears. Wants to go left. Gets a screen to go left. And he goes up and was fouled.
Ooh,
by
that's
Denver,
on a three-point shot as well, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Yes, it is. You're right. That's the second foul on Denver. Has a nice job by Sears to draw the foul.
It was really crafty. He's a good player. He's not going to go away. You can win a possession or two against him, but he's going to continue to come after you. That was really a good play by him. And the first negative for the Tigers, fouling a three-point shot.
They have looked, I think, to make sure that it was a three-point attempt by Sears. And Sears will go to the line to shoot three. He's a great free throw shooter at 84%. In spite of the fact that he's 1 for 2 from the line today. The free throw or the field goal shooting of the first half, 31.4%. Sears' free throw is missed. That 31.4% field goal, the lowest in a first half this year for Alabama. And the 33 points, the lowest first half output of the season for Alabama.
Well, that's a big feather in the Auburn Tigers hat right there. It's one thing that they have done is pride themselves defensively, and they really did show the Tide the first half. If they can continue that the second half, success is in the future for the Tigers at this game.
Sears made 2 of 3, cutting Auburn's lead to 11, 48-37. And Holloway is into the lineup for Alabama, replacing Sears. Denver Jones at the top, Janai Broome. Right wing, Chris Moore. 3-ball Chris, in and out. Rebound to Amore for Alabama. Holy cow, 10 rebounds for Amore. Here's Holloway the other end. Auburn leads it by 11. Bounce pass, Stevenson in the lane. Lost it. Chaney Johnson right back to Amore. Down to the baseline, Stevenson left side. Stevenson to the wing left side against Chris Moore. Whistle foul on Chris.
Got a back-to-back possessions defensively for the Tigers. They foul. Sears makes, 2 of 3 the first time, and then they'll take it out of bounds on the baseline.
That'll bring Chad Bacon-Mazzara into the lineup for Auburn, I believe. Replacing Moore, who lost his shoe.
The Tigers are a little bit of a dilemma with Chris Moore. They're better defensively, better on the glass. With Mazzara, they got a little bit more offensive punch, and maybe Mazzara's length defensively, he's made a couple of steals already early in the game as well, so it could be a positive inserting him into the game this time.
48-37 Tigers, out of bounds, baseline left for Alabama. Stevenson lobs it, inbound for Amore. At the top, one dribble, hands to Holloway. Picked up by Chad Baker to the free throw line, up from 14, good. 5 points for Aiden, trims the lead back to 9, 48-39. Denver Jones across midcourt, lobs it left wing, Chad Bacon-Mazzara turns the corner, brings it back out to the left wing. Inside the arc, Broome, Janai, into the lane. Head fake, fade away. It is good, it hit the iron twice and fell through.
That little fadeaway's been working for him today. That's about his third or fourth shot on that.
9 or 11-point Auburn lead. Amore, Holloway, straightaway 3, no. Rebound, Janai. Auburn by 11 and with the ball. A double-double for Janai Broome. 75th of his career, 36th at Auburn, 15th of this season. Denver rises up for a 3 and baked it in!
3 for 3 from behind the line for Denver Jones. Is he on fire or what?
14-point lead for Auburn, the biggest deficit of the year for the Crimson Tide. Amore to the hole with a fingertip roll, put it in. Auburn's lead is 12, 53-41 Tigers, 16-21 in the second half of play. Denver Jones with 3 threes on 3 attempts in the second half. Straight away against Holloway, for Broome against Nelson outside the arc. Baseball pass, baseline shot, it's up, it is good for Miles Kelly.
Go back to the basic flex cut that they put in the first day of practice, and he got Miles Kelly wide open on a little kiss off the glass.
55-41 Auburn. Amore to Grant Nelson. Hands the ball to Stevenson. Rather to Youngblood, Youngblood. Nelson down the lane, lost it. Got it back. Head fake goes up. It's knocked out of there by Chad Baker and out of bounds. And it takes us to our first media timeout. 15:45 to go. Second half. Auburn has outscored Alabama 13-8 in the second half, and the Tigers lead it 55-41. For every Auburn three-pointer, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services donates $25 to Coach Pearl's Outlive Cancer Initiative, benefiting local cancer patients and treatment centers. 9 threes for Auburn in this one. Tigers up 55-41, 15:45 to go in the first. Make that the second as Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to end your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other IRS actions. Make sure you're getting the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima today for a free confidential consultation.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Chick-fil-A is proud to present this broadcast of Auburn basketball. Eat more chicken and war eagle with Chick-fil-A.
15:45 to go in the second half in Tuscaloosa. A true sellout here at Coleman Coliseum. Close to 14,500 on hand on the capstone. And Auburn has a 14-point lead against Alabama, 55-41. Tigers have outscored Alabama Randall Dickey 13-8 to start the second half of play.
Well, you look at the stats, you say, well, Alabama's shooting 50% in the second half, but the Auburn Tigers are shooting 71%. Auburn's going wherever they want to with the basketball. They're running their offense through Broome, which they should every time. It's opening up two things. Block play, one-on-one plays around the basket. It's also opening up three-point shots. And let's not forget Denver Jones came out red hot in the second half. But the Tigers' defense, the Crimson Tide has yet to figure that out on how to score against the length, the physicality, and the effort that the Auburn Tigers are putting up right now.
Janai Brim with another double-double. 14 points, 11 rebounds. He has 5 assists as well.
Well,
or the SEC Player of the Year and the odds-on favorite for National Player of the Year right now.
There's not any doubt we're the best team in the country when he plays like that, because he makes guys. He not only gets his points, he gets his rebounds, but he makes guys, and he's responsible for a lot of other things on the floor. He also has got an offensive rebound. He's also got a defensive rebound. He is just really back to his game, and it's good to see.
Alabama ball out of bounds along the baseline with 10 to shoot. Jones, Kelly, Broome, Johnson, and Chad Baker-Mazar, the Auburn 5. Phylon, Nelson, Holloway, Sears, and Diabate for the Crimson Tide. They go offense right now with Amore off the floor.
Yeah, Crimson Tide's going to run their line, baseline out of bounds play. They're going to drag a man right down to toward the basketball and try to use their size.
Phylon will trigger. Down to the baseline. Diabate right back to Phylon to Diabate. 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot. Works on Broome. Into the lane. Up and got it.
He's a good driver. He's a true, outside of his name, when you scout him, is a hard driver. He can go either way.
55-43 Auburn. Denver Jones works against Mark Sears. Right sideline on the wing. CBM to the top for Broome. Left wing Miles Kelly. At the top it's Denver. 12 to shoot for Auburn. Gets a screen to the key. Fadeaway, 18-footer. Oh, it was in and out. Oh. And the rebound, Alabama. Diabate to Phylon. Drives on to Denver and gets it swatted into the fourth row underneath the basket by Chad Baker-Mazara. And that'll bring Dylan Cardwell and Tahad Pettiford into the Auburn lineup.
Great transition defense by the Tigers that time. They closed on that basketball and sealed that rim off. And Chad Baker-Mazara sent it sailing up in the stands.
It was a Christopher Cross move. It was sailing away. or sticks. Looking for an inbound. Phylon lobs it to Nelson, working on Chad Baker. Goes baseline, double team, loses it out of bounds. It was touched last by Miles Kelly. 20 to shoot for the Crimson Tide. Auburn's lead is 12. Alabama ball out of bounds, baseline right. 14:59 in the second half. Inbound, corner, Diabate. Oh, he threw an elbow right in the face to Chad Baker-Mazara, and they called the foul on Chad.
The second guy always gets caught.
He elbowed Chad in the face.
He sure did. He pushed him off right there, and Chad just held his composure.
Third foul on Chad Baker-Mazara after he got elbowed in the face. Alabama ball out of bounds. Baseline right, Holloway will trigger. Auburn's lead is 12. Still looking into the corner for Nelson against Miles Kelly. Right side of the lane to the wing, Diabate. Gets his lane to the basket, drives up, and he missed it. It was in and out. Rebound, Miles Kelly, the outlet to Tahad Pettiford. Left wing, Chad Baker. CBM on the wing against Aiden Holloway. 20 to shoot. Back to almost midcourt, Tahad Pettiford against Mark Sears. Tahad, 12 to shoot. Bounce pass, Chad Baker against Holloway. Take the screen, he does. Curls, foul. Holloway trying to fight through the screen, and that's the third foul on Aiden Holloway.
That play right there on the high post screen at the top of the key, really giving the Crimson Tide a lot of problems. It opens up the shot for Denver Jones. It opened up the drive for Denver Jones. That time, you got Tahad Pettiford coming off that, and that's a real tough play to cover, especially when you're screening with Cardwell and Chaney Johnson.
Auburn ball as Denver checks back into the lineup. The inbound to Cardwell to Denver. On a curl, Kelly at the top. Works against Phylon there, 13 to shoot. Backs it up, gets the ball to Denver. Down the lane, Denver, head fake, up with the right hand, got it!
Tigers are just picking their way. They're taking the shot on the perimeter or the seam drive and just pulling up and just laying it in by Denver Jones.
Diabate forces his way underneath, then he puts it in. 8 points for Diabate, trims the lead back to 12, 57-45. 13:51 to go in the second half. Screen, Pettiford, 18-footer to Hyde, swish!
The Tigers are just rolling right now. They're just picking them apart. They're running that high post screen. The Crimson Tide just cannot get over that.
Holloway, Phylon around the perimeter. Diabate for three. Didn't get it. Rebound mid lane, Kelly. Auburn by 14, 59-45 Tiger ball. 13:27 in the second half as Pettiford walks it across midcourt. Working on Aiden Holloway. Tahad off the left side. Cardwell at the top. They'll give him the three. Right back to Pettiford. 13 to shoot for Auburn. By 14 Auburn ball. Kelly inside the arc. Goes baseline. Drives. Goes up. Ball kicks out to the wing. Chaney Johnson. 5 to shoot. Spins. Cardwell. One dribble. Goes up. And a foul called against Nelson. Just the second foul against Alabama in the half. First foul on Grant Nelson. And Grant Cardwell, or rather Grant. Try this, Andy. Dylan Cardwell will go to the line to shoot two.
Dylan had the angle on him, put it on the deck. He doesn't go one-on-one very often, but he made a good decision to try to get the ball to the rim. Made Nelson reach in there and foul him.
Alabama fans are convinced that was all ball by Grant Nelson. 13:04 in the second half. 2 shots now for Dylan Cardwell. 35% this season from the charity stripe. By the way, Chris Moore back into the lineup for Auburn. First free throw missed. That's Auburn's first missed free throw of the day. 59-45 Auburn, 14-point lead. Dylan can take it to 15 with this one. Knock it home, Cap. He missed it. And the rebound pulled in by Diabate. Diabate on the left wing, working on Chaney. Down the lane, Sears to the hole, up and no, but a foul on Cardwell, his fourth.
There you go, Sears, get to that left hand again. It put the handcuff, the guy guarding him, and I'm not sure whether it was Tahad or Denver, but he handcuffed Dylan that time.
And that's the fourth foul on Cap. And Sears is back at the stripe. Free throw by Sears is good. 8 points on the afternoon for Sears. He's now 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Cardwell out, Broom back in. Here comes Miles Kelly for Auburn. Likely to place Chris Moore. Yep. And Sears can cut the lead to 12 right here. 59-46 Tigers. 12:55 to go in the second half in Tuscaloosa. Sears made it.
He's getting his points. His three ball is not going down, so he's getting to the free throw line. That's where he's coming up with his points today.
12-point Auburn lead. Foul from behind. Diabate tried to reach through Chaney Johnson for that ball. And that's the first foul on Mohamed Diabate.
This segment right here from 12:47 down to the 8-minute mark is going to be a little bit dicey because the physicality has certainly picked up. The team's defense, both teams are playing really, really hard and physical.
Miles Kelly will trigger. Out to the top, Chaney Johnson to Janai, to Denver. Down the lane, Denver out to the top, Janai. Wide open three, short. And the rebound pulled in by Sears. Auburn's lead is 12. Sears top of the circle. Diabate lobs it. Alley-oop by Lamora. Cuts the lead to 10. That got the crowd back into it. 59-49 Auburn. Between the circles, Tahad Pettiford. At the top, Chaney Johnson. Right wing to the low post, Janai. Working on Amore. Into the lane, spins, goes up, and he didn't get it, but he was fouled on the play. Let's see who the foul is against. It is Amore. It is his second. It is the fourth foul on Alabama, and Janai Broom goes to the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers.
So smart by the Auburn Tigers. They'd struggled a little bit the last possession offensively, came right back down, run their offense through Broom, created and drew a foul, get him to the free throw line.
First of 2 by Janai is good. Broom with 15 points and 10 rebounds on the afternoon, 5 assists as well. Pettiford out for Auburn, and Moore is back in. Trying to take the lead to 12, Janai. He didn't get it. Rebound to Moore. Racing forward, Diabate. On the left wing. Filine, top of the circle, gets a screen. Turns the corner, drives. Lobs it. Amore goes up and missed it. And was fouled from behind by Chaney Johnson, and it takes us to a timeout break. Amore will shoot free throws when we come back. 11:55 in the second. Auburn 60, Alabama 49. Take on game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the new and improved Auburn Game Day app. It's fully customizable to your interests with the new My Auburn tab. Plus, buy tickets, skip concession lines, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and get live in-game scoring. Plus, listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics, the Auburn Game Day app. Download it now.
Things we take for granted, ordinary opportunities for parents and their children, can be a foster child's extraordinary. You have the power to do something positive that will change the life of a young person right here in Alabama. Open your heart and open your home to a foster child today. For more information, visit www.dhr.alabama.gov or call 1-866-64-AL-KIDS. Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Human Resources, the Alabama Broadcasters Association, and this station.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. But we're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
60-49 is number 1 Auburn's lead over number 2 Alabama. Jacob Hillman here courtside at Coleman Coliseum as we check the Yellowwood scoreboard. Number 21 Missouri finished off Georgia 87-74. As Anthony Robinson II had 15 points, 7 assists, and 4 steals. Mason Newell had a 23-point, 10-rebound double-double, but it wasn't enough for the Bulldogs. Coming down to the wire, number 10 Iowa State, not really coming down to the wire, but they've extended their lead 71-62 with 4:42 to go in that ball game. The Cyclones lead Cincinnati in Ames. Also on the Yellowwood scoreboard, Auburn softball has tied things up with Oklahoma State 1-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 outs. The Cowgirls are threatening with the runner at third base. Auburn up 11. Back to Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
All right, Jacob, thank you. 11:55 to go in the second half. 60-49 Auburn. Auburn has outscored Alabama 18-16 in the second half of play. But you know there's a run, a significant run coming from Alabama at some point in this second half.
Oh, they're trying really hard. The Auburn Tigers have bent just a little bit, but they haven't broken. Their play on both ends, folks, is all way above the rim. It is a high-level game. Athletically, strategically, the smarts of Auburn offensively is go back to the post.
Jaheim Hudson checks into the Auburn lineup, joining Tahad Pettiford, Miles Kelly, Denver Jones, and Janai Broome. Clifford Amore is at the line, shooting 63%. Big Ten all-defensive squad at Rutgers a year ago. First free throw is good.
He's played really well today. He's big, he's long, plays way above the rim. He can rebound the basketball, and he is a really good straight runner.
He missed the second free throw, but Alabama got the rebound. Doggone it. Diabate, 10-point Auburn lead. Diabate cut off by Jaheim Hudson. Throws it out to the top for Amore. Picks up the dribble, left wing. Now to Sears. At the top. Sears, 5 to shoot. Sears down the left side. Lobs it up there, missed it short. Rebound Broome for Auburn. Oh, they had Pettiford on a breakout. Here is Kelly the other way. Miles wide open 3. Swish!
Splash right there by Miles Kelly. Nobody picked him up. The Auburn Tigers transition offense, fast break game is working.
13-point Auburn lead, 11-18 in the second half. Drive, Phylon gets past Auburn, gets to the basket, reverse layup, and a foul on Broome. Boy, he left Tahad Pettiford in his wake. And Phylon will go to the line to shoot 2 for Alabama.
That's as quick as a hiccup right there now.
6th foul against Auburn, so Alabama's shooting free throws the rest of the day. And Phylon will shoot 2 because it was a shooting foul.
Well, they got to the bonus a little bit earlier than what you'd like, but we're going to have to withstand that.
And Phylon gets the first free throw to fall.
I think that's why you see Jaheim in right now. They've got to rest Chaney. You know that Cap's got 4.
Yep.
It's an imperative, strategic move right here to be able to get through this next 7 or 8 minutes and just trade baskets here a little bit.
Auburn's lead 11, 63-52. 11 minutes and 10 seconds in the second. Tahad Pettiford across midcourt for the Tigers. Off the right wing, Miles Kelly. Hudson around the perimeter to Broome. Janai off the left wing. Hits Turtle at the top. Hands there to Pettiford. Shot clock at 12. A screen. Free throw line. On the right wing, throws it away. Steal by Phylon. Left wing, Sears. Phylon at the top. Low post pass deflected. And in the corner, knocked out of bounds by Jaheim. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Chaney Johnson replaces Jaheim Hudson in the Auburn lineup. Tigers by 11. 10:44 in the second. Alabama ball. Inbound Diabate at the right wing. Picked up by Broome there. Now backs up against Janai. Picks up his dribble. Hands the ball to Phylon at the wing. Down the lane. Goes up and scores. 9-point Auburn lead.
Phylon's a really good player. He slices to the basket, can really knife in there. And at that time he finished.
First time it's been single digits in the second half. Left wing Denver. Low post Janai against Amore. Into the lane. Left side of the lane. Fade away Janai. Short. Rebound Phylon for Alabama. Right wing, inside the arc, lobs it. Alley-oop. It's good. And a foul. Foul on Janias is third.
It all starts on defensive transition on the miss by Broom. Alabama raced down. We never got the ball under control. He got inside the paint. It creates just a myriad of positives for the offense. When you get the ball deep, you can shoot it, you can lob it, you can kick it out for the three. And Alabama had done that then.
Down to a 7-point game. Chad Bacon-Mazzara replaces Denver Jones for Auburn. Lamore can cut the lead to 6. It's as close as it's been in the second half. Got it. Free throw is good. 3-point play. Clifford Amore with 8 points. Let's see if Auburn can counter. Pettiford, screen. Double screen. Right wing 3 to Hodge. Short. Rebound out of bounds. Alabama ball. We told you there'd be a run by Alabama.
Well,
how far will it go?
Auburn Tigers just got to bow their neck defensively, continue to do what they've done defensively, and they'll be fine.
6-point Auburn advantage. 9:43 on a counting clock in the second. Sears right wing against Miles Kelly. Now centers it. Behind the back dribble, 3-ball. Good.
Mark Sears, you're not going to hold him back. Played him just right. He put it on the deck with his right hand and just rose up and shot it in.
Timeout Auburn. 10-0 run by Alabama. 9:27 in the second. The Crimson Tide have cut the lead to 3. Great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart feature of a Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Greatness starts at your local Ford dealer. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Welcome back to the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. I've seen a lot of basketball, and I can tell you that to stay on top, you got to adapt, stay focused, and innovate. That's what wins championships. That's how Ford F-150 and the Ford Super Duty stay at the top of the truck game. For 47 consecutive years, Ford F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck because they deliver what you need to win the day. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. Tell them Coach Pearl sent you.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Cook's Pest Control presents Protect the Perimeter. Call Cook's Pest Control to guard your home and business from pests and termites.
9:27 to go in the second half. Alabama on a 10-0 run has cut Auburn's lead down to 3. We believe that going into that timeout, perhaps a beer can was thrown on the floor in front of the Auburn bench. Alabama managers have been mopping up whatever was thrown on the floor the entire timeout. I don't know where the can came from, which side of the floor it came from, but apparently the liquid from that can spilled all the way across the floor to the other sideline.
Yeah, I think the guys have really been feverish as far as trying to clean all that up. The officials are aware of it. The administrators are aware of it. We're not quite sure exactly where it came from.
Nine minutes and 27 seconds to go in the second half.
Alabama will receive a warning for that.
Yeah.
If it happens again, it could be detrimental to them.
Got it. Thank you. Vladimir Voyard-Tadal confirms exactly what Randall was saying. They don't know where it came from. Obviously, they don't know who threw it. But if it happens again, it will be more than a warning against Alabama.
Yeah, it'll be charged to the home team.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But Auburn's got to regroup right here, take a big, deep breath, relax themselves.
And Nate Oates has taken to the microphone to encourage the Alabama faithful not to throw things on the floor.
Yeah, it's too good an atmosphere. It's too high level a game. There's too much on the line for both teams for the crowd to get involved in a negative way like that.
Auburn ball down the left sideline. Tigers by 3. Cheney at the top. It's Broom. Underneath Cheney. Up, block. Rebound Alabama. Diabate blocked Cheney. They're a 3 ball away from tying it. Sears at the wing. On the right wing, Philon. Puts it on the floor and drives to the hole. Up. He missed it. Rebound Cheney Johnson for Auburn. In a crowd, the outlet to Chad Bacon-Mazar.
Good defensive stop by the Tigers that time. They need to get they got a good look a while ago. They just didn't go down on the sideline out of bounds.
Auburn's lead is 3. Pettiford at the top. Chad Baker uses a screen from Broom. Free throw line. Down the lane. Drives to the hole. Nobody's fouled.
Really smart play by the Tigers. Your perimeter shots are not there. The intensity by Alabama has picked up on their defending on the three-point line. So put it on the deck, go to one-on-one and get it to the rim and make them cover you like Chad Baker did and get to the free throw line.
Clifford Amore was called for his 3rd foul. They've all come in the second half. Chad Baker at the line to shoot 2 for Auburn. 8:50 to go. Auburn by 3. Auburn by 4.
It's good to see the ball go in on this end of the floor right for the Tigers.
Been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've kind of gone through just a tad bit of drought.
Auburn had gone 2.5 minutes without scoring. Amore is out. Grant Nelson is in. Amore, 8 points, 12 rebounds.
In a game like this, you shrink your segments. Most of the time it's media to media, but right now you shrink your segments and just go a minute by minute, maybe even 30 seconds for 30 seconds on possessions, trying to continue to keep the lead.
He knocked home the second free throw, gives Auburn a 5-point lead, 8:44 in the second. Pylon walks it across midcourt, gets a screen, drives free throw line. Off the right side, Sears for 3. Good.
And he floated open again right there. That guy's capable of putting up big numbers in a short period of time, so we've got to get him back under control.
Auburn by 2, 65-63. Cheney Johnson, right wing Chad Baker-Mazara. Top of the circle, Broom against Nelson, spins, leans in, wild shot, missed it. Broom a bit hobbled. Alabama a chance to tie it or take the lead. Diabate drives on Broom to the hole. Blocked by Janai and then knocked away Sears. Nelson dunks it, we're tied. (65-65), 7:52 in the second. Auburn's gone 3:26 without a field goal. Chad Baker-Mazara at the top. 3 ball CBM, no. Rebound Philon. They look for their first lead of the day. Philon down the right side of the lane to the top. Sears, another 3. Didn't get that one. Rebound Miles Kelly. Up the right sideline for Pettiford. To Hodge, stop and pop 3. Buries it!
That young man, he's never afraid of the big moment. Rose up there and just buried that. What a three-point shot in that time. With that score and the momentum shifted, just quieted the crowd.
68-65 Auburn. Sears on the wing, long 3, Youngblood. Good. We're tied.
The defensive Auburn on the perimeter has been really good. Alabama just backed up a couple of steps and the last 2's gone down.
They've made threes in 3 of their last 4 trips. Tied at 68, Auburn ball. Chad Baker-Mazara at the right way, 16 to shoot. Chad Baker, he'll pop a 3. Yes!
Well, it's a three-point shooting contest right now, the last 3 possessions. What a game.
71-68, Philon through the lane. Left wing Nelson, Stevenson, down the lane, Youngblood. Youngblood blocked and out of bounds. by Cheney Johnson with 16 to shoot and a timeout. 6:31 to go. Auburn 71, Alabama 68. Great things are possible when you have the power, performance, and smart features of a Ford F-150. The official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Greatness starts at your local Ford dealer. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Where were you when this happened?
Michalek across midcourt. Auburn's going to dribble away. Count it down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Auburn Tigers are SEC Tournament champions.
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
This sandwich is not just spicy, it's flavorful. Hi, this is Matayo. And this is Elsa. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich is that spicy kick. Because the spice comes in at just the right moment. Oh, no. A little thing I love is that cilantro lime sauce. It's a fun blend of zesty and bold. That's what really makes me happy. Are you going to eat all your fries?
Order a Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe Sandwich and a Diet Dr. Pepper on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
71-68, number 1 Auburn leads number 2 Alabama with 6:31 to go here in the second half at Coleman Coliseum. Jacob Hillman here with the check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. They are underway in Oxford, Mississippi as number 19 Ole Miss leads 22 Mississippi State 12-7 with 15:38 to go in the first half. Some finals to run through. Number 3 Duke defeated Stanford 106-70 behind Tyrese Proctor's 23-point performance. And number 10 Iowa State defeats Cincinnati 81-70 at Ames, Iowa. Now how about this? Auburn softball leads number 9 Oklahoma State 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Abby Smith hits her first career home run to give the Tigers a lead down in Clearwater. Trying to move to 10-0 on the young season in the Chris and Kate Malvo era. J.J. Jackson has the call in Clearwater. But number 1, number 2 Alabama, number 1 Auburn, number 2 Alabama coming down to it here at Coleman Coliseum. For the story, here's voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, and Coach Randall Dickey.
6:31 in the second. Auburn 71, Alabama 68.
What an exciting last 6 minutes this is going to be with Auburn hanging on to a 3-point lead. Every possession becomes valuable now till you get below the 4-minute mark. So you've got 2.5 minutes to try to get to the 4-minute media timeout. It's imperative that you keep your defense up. But what a game. What a set of athletes that's on this floor. This is what number 1 and number 2 nationally ranked basketball teams look like. 2 outstanding teams, 2 teams that just have very few flaws and play outstanding basketball.
With 6:31 to go in the second half, Alabama has outscored itself from the first half. Scored 33 points in the first half. They have 35 here in the second.
Well, you're giving those 3 threes, 2 by Sears and 1 by Youngblood. That changes the complexion of the game.
Foul line will trigger near the right sideline near the corner. Lobs it inbound on the wing for Diabate. At the top, it's Nelson. Working on Cardwell with 4 fouls. Nelson drives on Dillon. Goes up on Dillon. Missed it on Dillon. Rebound, Dillon. Auburn the other way, leading by 3.
That's a good shutout. Alabama ran a good play, got a pretty good look, but the Tigers won that possession. We need to get it just a little bit more comfort zone to get us a basket right here.
Johnson, left wing, Miles Kelly. Free throw line, Chad Baker-Mazzara against Aiden Holloway. 10 to shoot. Drives off the glass. Got it!
He is a shot maker, as you call him, Andy. Unbelievable. Got the angle, and he's got size over Aiden Holloway.
5-point Auburn lead. Diabate at the right wing for Alabama. Look for Holloway. Now drives into the lane, down the lane, goes up, missed it. May have been blocked by Cheney. Rebounded Chad Baker. Miles Kelly. Low post Cheney. Head fake up. Yes!
The Tigers are just pushing it down the floor quickly, giving the Crimson Tide a little dose of what they believe in doing offensively.
75-68 Auburn. Tigers on a 7-0 run. Crimson Tide ball. Sears inside the arc. Backs up outside the arc. Between the legs dribble, drives on CBM. Goes up. He missed it, but he was fouled. Fourth foul on Chad Baker-Mazara. And Mark Sears, who is 5 for 7 from the line, is back at the line for 2 more. 15 points on the day for Sears, along with a rebound and an assist. He averages almost 18 a game, over 17 and a half or 17 and a half in the SEC. Chad Baker will come out. Free throw missed by Sears.
Chad spent a lot of energy right there guarding Sears. I thought he did a really good job. Sears got deep to the basket, got right underneath it. And Sears has got a good body. He can kind of put his body on you, and they're going to protect the shooters at the basket down the stretch in this game.
By the way, CBM comes out. Pettiford is in. Tigers up 75-68. Sears gets the second free throw. 6-point Auburn lead. 75-69 Tigers. 5:16 on a counting clock in the second half at Coleman Coliseum. Pettiford works on Holloway. Bounce pass Cardwell. Back to Pettiford. To Hod. Crossover dribble. Right hand dribble. Back to the left. 12 to shoot. 5 minutes to go. Auburn by 6. Pettiford a crossover. Screen. Drives. Free throw line down the lane. High off the glass. Yes! And a foul and a play!
He's going to draw the foul as well. What a finish.
Pettiford with 9.
Oh no, we got an illegal block.
Are they going to take this off?
I think they're going to count the basket and call the foul. Is what I think they're going to do is count the basket, call the foul, and I think it's going to be on Dylan Cardwell.
Well, that would be his 5th.
For jockeying for position for offensive rebounding. Well, you don't see that very often.
All right, the basket counts. Then they called the 5th foul on Dylan Cardwell. Wow.
What a finish by Tahad Pettiford that time. But he got knocked to the floor as well. I know it was on the other side for where we couldn't see, but
Auburn saying it was obviously a flop. We have not seen a replay yet.
No.
And they are going to review the call.
Here we go.
I hope they're not going to take the basket away.
No. The call on the floor is the call on the floor is white 44 pushing the back. What we were looking at to see if the ball was out of his hands, which it was well out of his hands. Number 2 red will shoot. The basket counts. Number 2 red will shoot a 1-on-1. Win a bonus?
Yes, you've been in a bonus since 11-minute mark.
They have. Auburn by 8 right now at the 4:54 mark. Again, we still haven't seen the replay. Now we do. He was fouled. Oh my gosh! The foul they called on Cardwell is weak at best. They don't call a foul as Tahad goes down, and then they call a weak foul against Cardwell, who's done for the day. Man, oh man, we finally got the replay.
Tigers just going to have to boulder net, go without him.
And now Aiden Holloway at the line for a 1 and bonus. Alabama has only been called for 5 fouls in this second half. 5. Holloway, good free throw shooter at 85%. And the first is good. Holloway with 6 points on the afternoon. 4:54 to go in the second. He can cut the lead to 6 right here. Auburn shooting 59% from the field in the second half.
They're doing well. Alabama just seems to be getting to the free throw line, creating opportunities there.
Alabama is 19 of 26 at the line. Auburn's lead at 6. Pettiford on the wing, gets a screen, drives free throw line, down the lane, jump step, up and in. There's your foul!
What a finish. Tahad Pettiford has got a change of pace dribble off a ball screen, a side ball screen, driving the ball to the middle of the floor, kind of hesitated, and then just exploded to the rim, finished, and drew the foul.
Foul against Aiden Holloway. That's the fourth on the former Auburn star. Pettiford can take the lead to 9 right here. In the air. He didn't get it. Rebound Alabama. Outlet Holloway.
Didn't
up
really
the floor.
look good from the start.
Auburn leads by 8. Nelson put it on the floor, drives, block, and a goaltend on Cheney. Nelson will get the basket, trims the lead back to 6.
That Cheney Johnson, there's one thing about it. If it's above the rim, he's going to be swatting at it with his arm, and he got elevated off the floor, but it happened to goaltend.
Stevenson in, Holloway comes out. They add about 10 inches to their lineup right there. 6-point Auburn lead. Pettiford works against Sears. Screen from Broom. Puts it on the floor, drives. High off the glass, didn't get that one. Rebound tapped up, rebound Broom. Out of traffic, Janai, foul. Let's see. I think Nelson just called for his 4th foul. Excuse me, his 2nd foul. He's number 4.
Somebody had to foul. Janai had 3 guys around him that time trying to retrieve the ball.
And now Auburn's in the bonus. Got to take care of the free throws. That's the ball game, Randall.
Important anytime, in any game, at any level. Free throws down the stretch are just magnified.
First is up, it's missed. That's 2 in a row that Auburn's missed. Alabama ball trailing by 6, 79-73. Nelson, right wing Sears. Picked up pretty closely by Denver. They don't want to let him go left. Left wing pass. Right back to Sears, picked up by Broom. He backs up with 9 to shoot. Sears, 3 ball. No. High rebound. Rebound Alabama. Up, missed the bunny! Stevenson missed the bunny, and then he knocked Miles Kelly down.
Boy, that was way above the rim. Woo! What a rebound by Miles Kelly. But a big miss by Sears that time, and the Auburn Tigers retrieving that ball, gaining possession, going into the 4-minute media.
Experts at Sense Green with Carrier create cool indoor retreat for heating, cooling, and insulation. Offering total comfort care for your Tiger family in East Alabama and Huntsville. Visit senseofgreen.com. Carrier, turn to the experts. 3:53 to go. Miles Kelly to the free throw line. Auburn 79, Alabama 73. As Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Recognized by Newsweek as one of America's best maternity care hospitals, East Alabama Health provides comprehensive treatment for mothers and babies throughout Auburn, Opelika, and the East Alabama region. And starting with the 2024 football season, we're pleased to partner with Auburn Athletics to provide a special Aubie blanket to each baby born at our hospital through a program we call Tiger Tots. For all your maternity care needs, trust the experts at East Alabama Health.
It's that time of year again, Auburn basketball. And as this year's team makes history, you can catch every second of the historic run at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. With 77 TVs, you won't miss a second of Auburn basketball while enjoying our famous wings, cold beer, and of course, gooey fries. And don't forget Tiger Talk on Thursdays throughout the season, live with Coach Bruce Pearl in-house discussing all things Auburn basketball. Located on 2353 Bent Creek Road off of Exit 57 on I-85. War Eagle.
Keep it here after the game for the Regions Bank postgame show with final stats and analysis, plus comments from Coach Pearl. Now back to the game.
3 minutes and 53 seconds to go in regulation. Auburn 79, Alabama 73. Miles Kelly goes to the free throw line for Auburn coming out of this timeout break. For a 1 and bonus. Auburn, in spite of the fact that the Tigers are shooting 58% from the field in the second half, are just 3 of 8 from the free throw line in the second half.
Well, they finally got a call there late. Pettiford has been a little bit of a spark for us. We're still playing really good defense. were defensive rebounding. We were just, in games like this, you're fortunate they missed the bunny right at the basket then, but you're still hanging on a 2-possession, 6-point lead.
And Miles Kelly steps to the stripe for Auburn. It's a 1 and bonus. Alabama will be in the double bonus upon Auburn's next foul. Alabama has been called for 8 fouls in the second half. Broome, Pettiford, Denver, Miles, and Cheney, the Auburn 5. And Miles is at the line for a 1 and bonus.
The outstanding free throw shooter. He's had a good run. He's got a good wrist on him. Got good experience. Played at Georgia Tech. Came down here and has really had an outstanding year. Just drill that first free throw, too.
Yes, he did. Pettiford out. Chris Moore is in for Auburn defensively. Miles can take the lead to 8 right here. Swish.
Splash. I like to see that.
81-73 Tigers, 3:50 on a counting clock in the second half.
Every possession you win now is a feathering in your cap to leading to success at the end.
Sears inside the arc, now back out on the right wing. 17 to shoot for Alabama. Sears penetrates, drives, lobs it, bad shot. Rebound Miles Kelly, tap to Denver Jones. Here's Auburn the other way. Leading by 8, Auburn ball. Denver in the center circle, works against Mark Sears. 20 on the shot clock, and Kelly is knocked to the floor. Phylon called for the foul.
He'll go back to the free throw line again.
Yes, he will. That's the 9th foul against Alabama. And Miles can give Auburn a double-digit lead if he knocks home both free throws. Phylon was trying to fight through a screen, and he's a little too vociferous in doing so. 81-73 Auburn. 3:22 in the second half. Miles Kelly, 1 of 6 in double figures for Auburn today. Free throw, good.
Step up there, young man, with great confidence, just like he did then, and bury those free throws. You're going to put Alabama in a position that they're going to have to rush.
Second free throw, in and out. Doggone it, Auburn's lead is 9, Alabama ball. Phylon across midcourt, behind the back dribble to the right wing. Outside the arc, works on Denver Jones there. 20 to shoot. 3:10 and counting in the second. Nelson at the top, for Phylon. Down the left side of the lane, and he's pushed by Jones. And that puts Phylon at the line to shoot 2. Third foul on Denver.
It's going to be interesting. That time, I think Denver just kind of lost his balance there and just kind of put both hands. Anytime that a guy drives the basketball and you put both hands on him, they're going to call that foul.
Phylon at the line for 2. He is 2 of 3 today, has 8 points on the afternoon, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Freshman out of Mobile. First free throw is good.
He's just really a good scoring guard. He's certainly a product of the state of Alabama. 2,300 point score from Barker High School, and just is a really good player. He's very assertive on that drive that time.
Chad Baker-Mazara replaced Chris Moore. For Auburn, Phylon knocked home both.
They're going to extend their defense this time.
Stevenson in, Phylon out.
Try to press a little bit. They're going to make it hard for Denver to get the ball in bounds and then just see if they can just win a possession here or there by a little bit of a press.
Inbound to Denver Jones from Cheney Johnson. Denver will bring it up the floor across midcourt. Auburn's lead at 7, 82-75. 2:56 in the second half. Free throw line. Janai right down the heart of it.
How about that execution by the offense? Set really good screens, create a wide open shot by Broome.
Sears down the lane. Stevenson up and in. 7-point lead again for Auburn. 2:39 in the second half. Auburn shooting 60% from the field in the second half.
But you love the speed of the game. It's about as fast as you can get it to go.
Denver, Cheney, left wing, Janai. On the wing, Denver. 3-ball Denver, no good. Weak side rebound, Nelson for Alabama. Wait a minute, was Nelson out of bounds?
They're going to take a look at that, but there were 2 players together liked up underneath the basket standard. Not sure what will take place because it was out of view on that initial replay. But I think Youngblood and Mazzara were together. I'm not sure who did what, but both of them were on the floor behind the basket.
There is no call on the floor, but the previous play is under review.
Alabama ball regardless coming out, I think.
Yes.
Unless the foul is called against Youngblood.
No, I think the officials did a really good job. They saw two players on the floor, and they blew the play dead to see some, in case there was some type of scrum that was taking place.
Youngblood got up, and he was immediately calling for the review.
Oh, he pushed him out of bounds.
Who did?
Youngblood pushed Mazzara, and then just fell right on top of him.
Well, they're not going to call a foul on Youngblood. The question now, is there a flagrant foul as a result?
I would say yes, but I'm looking through the orange and blue eyes.
2:22 to go in the second half, 84-77 Auburn. Alabama ball as the play stands right now after the missed shot. It was an off-balance three by Denver. And then Youngblood and Chad Baker-Mazzara went flying out of bounds underneath the basket. Youngblood pushes Chad Baker out of bounds.
Sure did. I'm not sure it was flagrant, but it was certainly Merritt gaining he gained an advantage doing that. It is the definition of a foul.
The replay continues. The review continues. This could be a very, very big call. Chad Baker was pushed. Did he then grab Youngblood as he was going out of bounds up around the face?
Yeah, I think he was just trying to catch himself from falling. And naturally, when you start to fall unbalanced, you reach for something, and I think he did that. But I think you'll find out
Boy, they're taking a long time.
I don't think they'll do anything. I think they'll make a play. It'll be a basketball play. They'll throw it inbounds, let the Alabama have the ball, which won the possession.
I hope you're right.
2:22 left on the clock. You've got probably 6 possessions, maybe 7 possessions left in this game.
And here comes the call from Ken Adams. Or Pat Adams, excuse me.
He looked like a Ken that time, though.
It's going to be a flagrant foul on white number 10. Red number 8 will shoot 2 shots, and red will have the ball out of bounds.
Boy, oh boy. And that's the 5th foul on Chad Baker-Mazzara. He's out. And Alabama now down 7, has 2 free throws and the ball with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go. And let me tell you what, the Auburn head coach is really fuming over there and doing his best to hold his tongue as he has explained how that was a flagrant foul against Chad Baker-Mazzara. And now Youngblood's at the line to shoot 2 for Alabama, and Alabama will have the ball.
The Auburn just going to have to regroup. You got to accept what they've called. You don't like it at all, but you've got to win this defensive possession. You cannot let it turn into a 5-point swing, 2 free throws and a 3-point shot.
First free throw is good by Youngblood. He missed the second.
Yep. Still win this possession right here. You got to win this possession right here. Secure the ball. That puts Alabama behind the 8 ball in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Chaney, Miles, Denver, Janai, and Tahad for Auburn. Holloway up the floor for Alabama. Auburn's lead is 6. Holloway near the left corner. Inside the arc, now out to the wing for Sears. Drives, goes up. It was blocked by Broome. Rebounded by Pettiford. Auburn the other way, leading by 6. Pettiford dribbles out to the right wing. 2 minutes and 3 seconds in the second. Auburn's lead is 6.
Growing up right before us, Tahad Pettiford. What a great decision to pull it back out, kill the clock a little bit.
Lobs it. It's knocked down. Pettiford knocked down by Nelson, or rather by Diabate. And Auburn will go to the free throw line for 2 with 1:51 to go. As bad as that flagrant was, Alabama got 1 point out of it. And now Auburn, leading by 6, will send Tahad Pettiford to the line to shoot 2.
Great pick and roll call by the bench. brought Tahad Pettiford, was what has worked all the second half, drove off the top of the key ball screen, rolled Janai Baroom, and he got pushed on the foul. Make these 2 free throws, young man.
Yes, sir. First is good by Tahad Pettiford. Auburn 85, Alabama 78, 151 remaining in regulation. Second free throw. Got it!
Splash. Going to play offense, defense substitution right now with Chris Moore coming in.
For Pettiford. 86-78 Auburn. Holloway quickly up the floor for Alabama. Gets a screen from Nelson. Off the left wing against Broom. Aiden down the lane, Sears to the hole. Block! Block, rebound to the floor. Jump ball. Jump ball. Auburn basketball. Jump ball. Auburn arrow. 1:37 to go. Auburn by 8. Sears was blocked on his way to the basket. And Auburn got the tie-up with 1:37 to go. Moore out. Pettiford in. Who got the block? It was Simo. How about that?
Chris Moore came in off the bench, and to make a play like that, Alabama's going to press hot right here. It's a 3-possession game.
1:37 to go. Inbound to Denver Jones.
You bet.
To Tahad Pettiford.
Keep it in the hands of the free throw shooters. Unless you get an easy lay-in, kill the clock as much as you can. There's 3 possessions left in this game. Need to win 2 of them, Auburn, and win going away.
Pettiford inside the arc for Janai. 10 to shoot. Janai spins on the right side of the lane. Into the lane with 6. Up with the left hand. Got it!
Basket for Broom right there.
10-point Auburn lead, 1:07 to go. Sears on the right wing for Alabama. Brings it out to the top. Left wing. Diabate. Back to Sears. To the basket, and he's fouled. It stops the clock with 57.7. Whew. Auburn's lead is 10 with 57.7 seconds to go. Number 1 versus number 2 in Tuscaloosa.
Oh, it's amazing. The tide has shifted and the doors are opening.
Some of the folks are heading out of this ball game. Isn't over yet, Randall.
No, sir.
Not by a long
Still
shot.
got 2 really big possessions left and probably 2 more free throws for the Auburn Tigers to secure.
Sears makes the first, cuts the lead to 9. 57 and 7/10 seconds to go. Auburn 88, Alabama 79. Youngblood out, Philon in. Sears makes the second free throw. Got to take care of the basketball now, friends. Auburn by 8.
Be careful right here on any throw-in play, or the trigger man's got to make sure we get the ball inbounds.
Cheney the inbound. Tahad Pettiford lobs it ahead for Miles Kelly on the wing, and they fouled Miles Kelly.
Well, they got to stop.
Stevenson fouled him. Now Miles has got to knock down free throws.
Clock is against Alabama. They've got to stop. They're going to try to go offense, defense substitution well. They'll bring Youngblood and Holloway back in the game.
Miles Kelly on the afternoon with 11 points, 8 rebounds for Miles. He'll get a couple right here. First free throw, good. Some of the Alabama faithful heading to the exits, friends. Holloway's back into the lineup, so is Youngblood. Stevenson sits down, so does Diamante. Trying to take the lead back to 10 with 51.8 seconds. Miles knocked it home.
Splash.
All right, 51 seconds to go. Auburn by 10. Holloway quickly forward. Drives and
possession game. He's going to make 1 or 2 free throws. If he makes 1, all of a sudden it becomes a 3-possession game. Crazy things happen. The security of the basketball is the most important thing. Trying to kill the clock, number 2, and then making free throws down the stretch, number 3.
Holloway makes the first free throw. By the way, that was the first foul on Tahad. That's the lead to 9, does Aiden Holloway. Holloway, his first game against his former team. 8 points, could make it 9 right here. He missed it. Rebound, Janai. Auburn by 9, and Broome is fouled with 47.2 seconds to go.
It is fitting, best player in the country. The double-double machine for the Auburn Tigers.
19 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And the Auburn fans start to rain down their approval.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, to the dismay of the Alabama throng. Janai at the line for 2. Auburn by 9. 47.2 seconds to go. Number 1 versus number 2. First time ever in the Auburn-Alabama rivalry. First time ever in SEC basketball. Broome on the day. 19 points, 7 of 16 from the field, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. Knock these home, big boy. Short. That's a double. That's a Auburn's in the bonus, the double
two-shot
bonus.
foul there.
Yeah. All right, come on, Janai, take it to 10.
Yeah, we need to
make it a 4-possession game.
It's imperative right here with 47 seconds. A lot of time.
Yes, it is.
A lot of time on the clock. Make this free throw, get back. Ooh.
Miss both. Rebound Nelson, 45 seconds to go. Nelson drives against Broome to the hole, reverse layup, good.
They're going to call timeout, regroup. They're going to come out hot and press.
Moore will come out. Pettiford comes in. 41.5 seconds to go, and Auburn's lead is down to 7. 90-83 following the timeout by Alabama. Don't forget Auburn baseball in just about 18 minutes at Plainsman Park. The Tigers game 2 against Holy Cross. Brad Law and Greg Olson with the call in the Auburn area on ESPN 106.7. Auburn softball is playing right now against Oklahoma State. They're in the top of the 7th. Auburn, the visiting team. Tigers lead the number 9 Cowgirls of Oklahoma State 2-1. Looking for an 11-0 start on the season.
We could close this game out in 41 seconds with a W right here. The Auburn Tigers could be set up for a baseball absolute sweep on wins across the programs today.
41.5 seconds to go. First thing is you've got to take care of the basketball. Second thing is you got to make your free throws right now.
Yeah, they just, anytime that you get late in the game, at any level, you've got to make your free throws. They're magnified. The misses are magnified down the stretch. But right here, ball security is important because they're going to throw the ball in. They're going to play for a steal. If we get it in bounds, they're going to foul and stop the clock immediately. So we got to go make 2 free throws.
Chaney Johnson will trigger for Auburn. Looks inbounds, gets it to Broome, and he's immediately fouled by Stevenson. Come on, Janai. 41 seconds to go. This last minute may take forever. 90-83 Auburn. Janai Broome back at the free throw line, where he is 3 of 7 today. Auburn by 7. Auburn doesn't put anybody down the line. Janai gets 2. Missed it.
You just leave the window open is all you do on that right there. You step up there, go back to your routine.
Holloway, Filan, Youngblood, Stevenson, and Sears. Missed them both. Rebound, Alabama. Auburn by 7, Alabama ball. 37 seconds to go in the second half. Holloway at the top against Pettiford. To the hole, blocked by Broome, and that will be a goaltend on Janai, and that cuts the lead down to 5.
Same scenario. You got to get the ball in bounds. They're going to play for the steal. Once you get the ball in bounds, you got to secure it. They're going to foul you.
The call on the floor is goaltend. The player's under review.
They're going to look, see if it actually hit.
If Auburn does get the ball in, they hope it's Broome, and they'll foul Janai and make him make it at the free throw line.
Well, it's you got your free throw shooters in. You got Pettiford. You've got Kelly.
The call is confirmed. There's 32 seconds on the clock.
So the clock goes back to 32 seconds, and Auburn's lead is 5. The Tigers have hit 8 of their last 10 field goals. The problem of late has been Auburn hasn't been able to get into its offense because of fouls by Alabama, and Auburn has missed free throws. The Tigers only 10 of 20 from the free throw line in the second half.
Well, you leave the window open for them, but you could secure it and shut it. If you just secure the basketball, you've got to run 2 hands toward the ball, run your hands into the ball, secure it, because they're going to hack you and foul you. They can't allow much more time go off the clock.
Cheney the inbound to Denver, and he is fouled. Yeah, man. Fouled by Youngblood. Denver will go to the free throw line for 2 with 30.6 seconds to go. Denver 89% from the free throw line this season. Hit his only free throw in the first half. An 87% career free throw shooter. He's got a couple right here. Again, Auburn doesn't put anybody down the line. First. Good.
Nicely done by your lead guard. The guy's got experience, he's got confidence, and he's got the percentages on his side. Got one more possession here. We got to retrieve that ball off the glass, make them.
More in Pettiford out.
Smart move, defensive. One last time on the defensive possession to put more in to defend.
Knock this second one home, Big Denver, yes. 92-85, Auburn. Filan races forward for Alabama to the right wing. Long three, Holloway, air ball. Rebound to Cheney Johnson. To Miles Kelly. Loose ball, whistle, foul. Miles goes to the line for 2. 21.6 seconds to go. Auburn leads it by 7. And Miles can make it a full 3-possession game going to the free throw line here. That 3 ball from the right corner was an air ball. And more Alabama fans head to the exits.
Yeah, the tide is rolling toward the door. What about Cheney Johnson chasing that rebound down, having the awareness and knowing the clock in his head to retrieve the ball but get it to Miles Kelly.
Free throw knocked down by Miles Kelly, who is now 6 of 7 from the free throw line in the second half. He knocks home both.
Makes it a 3-possession game.
94-85, Auburn 20 seconds ago. Holloway to the right wing. Dribbles the ball off his foot. Auburn has it. Miles Kelly in the backcourt. Just get it across midcourt. Denver races forward across midcourt. Under 10 seconds to go. Auburn's going to dribble it away at Tuscaloosa. 4, 3, 2, 1. Auburn prevails. Number 1 Auburn 94. Number 2 Alabama 85.
What an outstanding day for the Auburn Tigers. What a game for college basketball across the country. Number 1 and number 2. Everything just went Auburn's way. They earned it. They're persistent. Their scouting report by the coaches and the players' execution. 6 players in double figures led by the All-American Player of the Year, Janai Broome.
23-2 on the season. 11-1. And now open up a 2-game lead in the SEC standings. Alabama falls to 21-4. Their only 2 SEC losses right here. Ole Miss and now Auburn. Your final again. Auburn 94, Alabama 85. Janai Broome's 19 points. The Wind Creek high score for the Tigers. Elevate your game plan to fabulous. Play the hottest games. Win fabulous rewards at Wind Creek Casinos and on the Casinoverse app. Stay tuned. A victorious Regions Bank postgame show coming up next. This is the Auburn Sports Network.